Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm hustling.
Nobody say, man, Spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dolla Dibiase Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, your kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
BoxingWords.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for 300 million, and I made 350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on an app.
BoxingWords.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dolla Dibiase Productions.
BoxingWords.com. Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Sunday morning afterthoughts edition, where the morning after, we give you our thoughts and you give us yours. And today we're going to be discussing last night's fight where Terence "Bud" Crawford got a stoppage that no one expected, at least amongst boxing hardcores, and then retires Shawn Porter. It's like a bittersweet moment, right? Terence gets his vindication that he's been looking for so long, but it is a bitter moment because a hard-nosed, tough welterweight that we've known for many years, he's become the Porter way, known as the Porter test. And seems like Shawn Porter has decided that he will no longer be boxing. And many are speculating as to whether or not this was off the back of the back and forth between him and his father that many felt should have been something that was said off TV, off air. But nonetheless, he announces his retirement. And the question we're posing to our audience is, why did Errol Spence Jr. leave the arena? Why did he not stick around for the post-fight? Why did he not get the attention of the cameras? I mean, as soon as the fight was over, all eyes on Spence. The cameras absolutely got all his facial expressions, got his body reaction to the knockout, and basically what everyone is saying is that he was upset with the stoppage and left. Later took to his Twitter and said that if he were Shawn, he would not pay his daddy, Ken Porter, for his performance. Now, many people are upset with the fact that Ken stopped the fight. But Ken knows his son. I watched an interview with he and Radio Raheem. And really, what could you say, you know? We watch his son from the outside looking in. He trains him. He knows him more intimately than any of us. So he felt he did the right decision. But many are asking, what's up with Errol Spence? What's up with his energy? And did he realize that now he knows Crawford's body?
I know my body. Yeah, I know Shakur body. Shakur know my body.
I don't know, man. When they first met, there was a lot of talk about Crawford being too small, Crawford being too weak, Crawford moving up. Crawford not being big enough. Crawford showing that whatever he weighs, however big he is, he can get the job done of a big man, And I don't know if Crawford realizes it or not, but he's 3 fights away from breaking Deontay Wilder's record of 40-0. And he's a few fights away from breaking Wilder's 10-fight defense record. Now, obviously, that was in the heavyweight division, but nonetheless, Crawford is on a 9-fight knockout streak. And, in terms of title defenses, he's probably got more title defenses than Deontay Wilder, being as though he's been defending ever since he was a champion and never lost. Right now, he's 38-0. And honestly, this win over Porter couldn't have came at a better time because it just adds value to that 38-0. There's no question now. It doesn't matter who was the 37 because he made a statement on that 38 with a very credible opponent, and a statement that really was probably heard around the world more than likely because Shawn Porter never gets stopped. Listen, it's so big that Rosie Perez, the first lady of boxing, Rosie Perez took to her Instagram and her Twitter, and she literally tweeted directly at Errol Spence, pleading to him. The fight fans are tired. The fight fans are disgusted. We don't want to wait. There's no more reasons to wait. Bud gave us what we needed. We needed to know, did he belong? And he showed that he does. There is no reason for this fight to take any longer. But Rosie Perez from her verified Twitter, she says, Errol Spence Jr., you know I got nothing but love and mad respect for you, but would you call Al and tell him to set up the fight with Terence Bud Crawford now? Pretty please? We've waited long enough. Hashtag Crawford Porter at Top Rank at ESPN Plus. Only thing is, you can at ESPN and Top Rank all you want, but Bud definitely has made his decision to leave Top Rank. He doesn't feel Top Rank would be able to secure him the big win, or rather the big fight. But I don't know that that's official yet. I know he's made up his mind, but if you're ESPN and you're the brass at ESPN, you might go have a conversation with Bob and tell Bob to do what he can do to try and get Bud back. They might loosen up the bag to go get Bud. You just never know. They definitely loosened up that bag to go get Fury. But
how do you kind of go through it and come up with your decision?
Well, I'm pretty sure my decision is made already. Bob couldn't secure me the Spence fight when I was with him. So how you going to secure me the Spence fight when I'm not with him? So, I'm moving forward with my career right now, and I wish everybody the best.
No chill for Bud Crawford. Look at the grin on his face as he's listening to the question. Just look at that grin. He knew exactly what his plans were going to be. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. And good for him. Good for him. Bob said too much, how he's lost money on Porter, how he could buy a Beverly Hills mansion with the money he spent on Crawford, some things you don't say. And hopefully Bob is learning from this situation. And I'm hoping that he's learning. I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying not to say that he's looking to trick Shakur Stevens. I'm trying not to say that Shakur will be blinded by the favors or promises made to him from Bob Arum, similar to how Bob made many promises to Terence Bud Crawford to get the big fight that he never did. Now the rumor is that Shakur is going to fight Teofimo Lopez sometime in May. Do we believe it? I don't know. If they give Shakur Teofimo, then yes, maybe things have changed in that Top Rank side. But if they don't, then all it was another carrot dangled in front of another very talented fighter to stick around in a promotional stable that doesn't want to see you be the best you can truly be. Because, again, why, after last night's performance, all we can question is, why wouldn't Bob send the respectable offers to the contemporaries of Terence Bud Crawford to get him the fights that he wanted? Why would he wait to the last fight on the contract for all these details to come out and to show that he was never really doing what he needed to do for Terence Bud Crawford? But we do have a poll. You know, we love playing the poll game around here. Why did Errol Spence Jr. leave after Crawford stopped Porter? First answer is he left because he doesn't want the fight. 40% of the public believes that. 40%, 41% is moving right now as we speak. The next answer is he left because he was disgusted with Ken, and that being Ken Porter. Another 40% believe that it was due to the fact that he did not like that Ken Porter ended this fight erratically for his son, who some believed was winning. Then the next answer is he left. We never get in that fight. 11% believe that. And 8% believe Earl stops Crawford. I know it. So if you want to make a vote and let us know how you feel, what do you think was the true reason Errol Spence Jr. left the arena last night? What was so wrong about the stoppage? I didn't understand why he would leave. I just felt that there was some opportunities there for some media, some opportunities there for some publicity, and obviously a huge opportunity there to build up this future fight with Errol Spence. So, quite interesting to me that he would leave, knowing the cameras would be pointed to him. More than likely he would get an interview. More than likely they would invite him to the ring. But none of that. You know, and Crawford, I wonder if Earl wouldn't have left, what would have happened, right? Because obviously whoever is interviewing would have said, well, the other welterweight champion is here in attendance. Dre Dot says, I know why he left. Don't be scared to be real. I don't. I can't begin to put myself in Errol Spence's body and know what made him leave. Like, why? Maybe he had to get his valet parking validated. I don't know. I don't know why he left, but the question is more for his fans. Why do you think he left? What do you think he saw to cause him to leave instead of stick around? Epic picture. Epic picture on the thumbnail. Crawford, and you can see Porter behind him. This is a magnificent picture from last night's amazing performance. Historic picture, I'm telling you. This one will be shared amongst many because we've just never seen Crawford this way. We've never seen him defeated. He's lost, but he's never been defeated. You know, he's lost, but he's never been defeated. Not like this. He seemed mentally defeated. He seemed like this was a hard fight for him mentally. And I think that it was because it was a boxing match. There was a lot of thinking going on in that ring. We have Dre Dot that says, Ness, Spence is giving me T.O. towards Devin vibes. And I want to think otherwise because I think highly of Spence. He left because he knows Bud stopping Porter means Bud did it better. I don't know. Hands up emoji. Do you guys feel that's why he left? Because he feels that it was done better? I think it's one of my other answers. He was upset with Ken Porter and disgusted with the outcome. But I don't think that he also has the right to act as sure of himself or sure of his opinion. It's Ken's son. It's Ken that knows his son. So I don't think any of us have the right to get upset at Ken Porter for making a decision that only he truly can make because he knows his son. He knows his son, man. Yeah, you're right. I didn't understand the plant stoppage. You know, I felt Plant could have gotten an opportunity to continue. But same for Porter. I mean, I didn't stop the fight, and I didn't think Bud stopped him. It was Ken to stop the fight, you know. But nonetheless, it is what it is. He's retired. And this makes another fighter now that Terence Bud Crawford retires, adding to that resume in a very, very impressive way. We have the Axiom with the super chat that says, Spence, you can run, but you can't hide. Damn. And this is where we've come now. Now they're calling Spence a hider and a runner. Crazy. Crazy, but good morning to everybody. Phone lines are going to be opening up in about 3 minutes on Blog Talk, but if you want to call in on Skype, we are more than ready to take your calls. It is wide open, and we're ready to talk some boxing nice and early. We were just live about 3 in the morning, and we're right back. You know, we hustling. So let me get ahead and open up these phone lines and get this thing going.
You're not on my level, and you will see.
These calls are brought to you by Big Rigs Trucking Agency, experts for all your insurance and trucking needs. For quotes and consultations, visit us at brtagency.com or contact us at 908-943-6918.
I got Dre Dot that says, who leaves the arena because they didn't like the stoppage? That seems a bit much to storm off when you could be promoting another big fight. Agreed, brother. Agreed. I didn't understand that. I just felt like all publicity is good publicity. The cameras were definitely going to look his way. They were definitely going to talk about him and what's the possibility of next. To walk off definitely gave mixed signals to the public, but it doesn't mean that we're right. It doesn't mean that it means what you want it to mean, which is he's ducking, he's scared, he don't want the fight. None of that has to be true. Ozzy says Crawford destroyed Spence. Crawford destroys Spence, but you was right. Now I really want to catch Canelo versus Crawford. This will be our Pacquiao versus Mayweather. Let's go. Now we talking, bro. You can't be that good and people not want to see you with Canelo, man. And I know, Ness, you just want to get him beat. There's weight classes for a reason. Man, stop the bullshit, man. Everybody moves up. Everybody jumps up. They could find a weight. If they were going to find a weight for Earl, they could find a weight for him. You know, let's stop the BS. He showed yesterday he's not small. The way he pushed Porter back on the ropes, the way he shoved Porter, he's strong. Strong. And his power is there. You know, we see that. It's the accuracy, though. It's the accuracy, Chico. We got Mad Bent. He says, conspiracy. The Porters took the check and retired. His last hurrah, championship fight, and stopped it in that manner. Thinking, emoji. Yeah, I don't know that it's a conspiracy with Shawn much more than it's a conspiracy with Ken to protect his son, you know, and to protect him from damage that is unnecessarily being taken, you know. I don't feel the way Ken felt. People are like, yo, you got to watch it. Porter was hurt. He was shaking. All this stuff. I didn't see that. But I didn't go back and examine the knockout and check out the replays and look for different things. I just accepted that Ken knows better than us because that is his son. And he is that fighter's trainer for many, many years. He knows what he sees. He understands his fighter. He understands his son. We could be upset with the outcome, but at the end of the day, it's not your kid, man. You don't know what he knows. You don't feel what he feels. And that could also be the answer. He felt more than you. You know, he felt the pain more than you. He's seen Shawn struggle more than you. You know, so for him, he needed to do what he done. And, you know, he's probably happy that he did so. And based off that interview with Radio Raheem, he doesn't regret it. But we got Darrell Alexander that says Errol Spence got up and walked to 154. 100 emoji, 100 emoji, 100 emoji. Yeah, I hope none of these things that you guys are saying is true, because then that would be the most blatant duck in all of boxing. And I just don't see that happening. Like, I think the money is worth the risk anyway. You know, a lot of you guys, oh, he's ducking. You're not understanding that they're going to get paid boatloads, especially with Crawford announcing no more alliance with Top Rank. It's going to be so much easier to make this fight. The issue is, I'm sure Idic will tell us, maybe Al's going to want Crawford on paper because Earl is the one that has suffered a tragic accident and a retina surgery. So there's no true indication that those belts will stay on the PBC side, and I don't think that Al can risk losing another champion. PBC's running out of belts over there. Huh? And if they put Earl in that ring and he loses those, well, we got Leo who says part of it discuss with Ken, but could also be envy at having witnessed a better finish. TBB for life. And he's talking about the reason Earl left. He's saying he could be disgusted with Ken Porter on the stoppage, but he could also be, you know, envious because he didn't do as good as Terence Bud Crawford. And, you know, those are the issues when you fight a common opponent, guys. There are comparisons. We got Will Lynch that says, I've been saying that about Spence since his shut up and box tweet. Can I just say that was an amazing last night? Great fight. Porter and Crawford were amazing. Yes, they were. Yes, they were, man. Porter, I hate that he retired, though. It hurts, man. It hurts. It hurts to wonder, did he retire from the post-fight? Everything that went on. Does he really feel like he's done? Was it disappointment in the outcome? You know, he was banging on the ring floor. Was he just upset that he lost again? And I told you guys it would be difficult. I talked to Ken about that on air. It's going to be difficult to deal with this for Shawn now because you've lost every big fight. You know, and we gotta hope that he can bounce back from this. We gotta hope that he realizes, you know, there's more to boxing than just winning and losing. You're still a commentator. You know, you still have a beautiful family, you know, and hopefully it doesn't put him in depression. You know, a lot of people may not understand that, you know, because to us, these guys are just entertainment, you know, but they go home at night and they have to think too. And I know Shawn's not happy. He's not happy with how Ken reacted, and he's not happy with his own performance. But I got a super chat from Mr. D. Lochte that says, Spence has nowhere to go. He has to fight someone. Virgil and Boots are about to be his mandatories for the WBC and the IBF belts. Well, let's go ahead and open up these lines and get some callers up in here and talk some boxing with the community.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Shout out to everybody that subscribed to the YouTube channel last night, helping us reach our goal of 130,200. Well, we're moving. We're trying to get to that next goal now, and we set a new goal of 130,300. Just 100 at a time. or a few hundred a day. Either way, we're happy to get those subs and continue to grow. Right now, we're at 130,267. So we need about 40 more subscribers to get us to the daily goal of 100 per day, and only you can help us do that. So go ahead, tell a friend, and shout out to the people that actually tell their friend. I got an Instagram. I don't remember your name right now. That's just because I read a lot of messages, not because I don't remember your name. But he was like, yo, Ness, I got my friend to subscribe, and I appreciate that, man. Tell your friends, we talk boxing 7 days a week, 9 a.m. We rocking out every day.
The saddest thing in life is wasted talent.
Yes, it most certainly is. We're going out to the phone lines, boomerangs, ringers, pound for pounds. You up first. Let's do it. We're going to Stainless.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
Red belt, black belt, WO and green. I'm king. Undisputed GOAT, TBE. And you can catch the news first on TBV. Voice of the people now let me speak. Scientists of the sweet, BOXING.
Yo, TBV, what's good?
What up? Right back at you, baby. It's early in the morning. Shaking and baking.
I know, man. Shout out to those who stayed on last night. I think I finally dropped off like 4:30 my damn self, man. And we still celebrating. I don't know. For me, all the questions that all the questions that were still out there got answered tonight. In my opinion, right after the fight, I don't know if y'all noticed. PBC was, with they PBC on Fox. Who's next with a picture of Errol and Bud and Errol retweeted it. So does that mean it's finally time for the big fight, or am I gonna get to see Crawford Keith Thurman next? Like I wanted to go in that order in the first place. I said it months ago. I said it again last night. Boxing been shook up, man. You know what I'm saying? And now we get to enjoy it like we should have been enjoying it all along. Anybody that didn't enjoy Crawford before had those questions, I hope that they got answered for you, so we can stop asking the silly questions and move on to the real boxing, man. I'm excited, man. As I always say, though, please make sure you push that thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This is TBV for life, baby. And if you ain't on Patreon, it's because you're stupid. And shout out to BRT. Hey, man, you right back with another one. Shout out to you, too, man. Peace.
Yeah, man, it ain't work when you're doing what you love, man. And honestly, I love this sport. I love everything about it. I'm glad that I'm not regular and just look at fights and I'm so extra and people might not like it. I might not be everybody's cup of tea because I read body language and the fucking eyebrow went up and I think it means something. But, I think that just stems from this being the only sport that I'm truly, truly into. So maybe I over sensationalize it. Or maybe it's just so sensational and you don't fucking get it. But we're in a beautiful place, man. The monkey wrench would have been Crawford sticking with Top Rank. The fact that he's gone, it's gonna help us get this fight. Yeah, man. Especially with PBC tweeting it, I just want to see how long it's gonna take. Because look, if Earl was legit ready for Ugas, is that February date still an option? We talking December all month off for Crawford, January all training, February all training, maybe a March date. Maybe a March date sounds more realistic. If we get it that early, maybe they wait. Maybe they want to build it up, give it a 6 months promotion. I don't know. I know Floyd used to like 6 months of promotion. We got Can't Box with God. Beautiful name. Kenny threw him under the bus. Kenny had a bet in. Yo, stop with the bet shit, everybody. I've been getting mad messages. People like, yo, you should have never told Ken how much it pays on round 10. And look, man, he did what he did for the love of his son. He ain't got nothing to do with Ness, man. Nothing to do with Ness, nothing to do with bets. You know, I don't think anybody would go out like that. You know, not a person that has been with his son as much as Ken. You got to think about what you're saying. You know, this guy's been there from the beginning. He groomed his son. He watched his son get to the top. He watched his son be a 2-time champion. Now you're talking about he's selling his son out to win a back-end bet, man. I mean, we just say whatever the fuck we want to say sometimes, and it's a little disrespectful. I get it, though. You know, we all got a voice. We all got an opinion. I just received a fat $25 super chat, and oh wow, okay. Ivan, he just sent me all his bets and that he did on my bookie. Shout out to you. He just won mad money. He did Crawford by KO, and he did Falco by decision or technical decision. Which it was a technical decision because he fucking took the cut. Oh my God, you're so smart, kid. Then he took John Beck by KO. Damn, champ, you did your thing. And that was a $5 bet to make $100. He murdered that. Then he had another one, straight money with John Beck and Falco. Wow. Yeah, he killed it. He sent me like 6 bets. Okay, he got a message. I'll read your message because that was a fat super chat. He says, look at the last bet. I lost, but if John Beck was to KO the guy in 5, I could get a nice bag of 400 on that one. Hassan was very tough. I was impressed on how much punishment he was getting. John Beck had a chance to get him in the 4th or the 5th. In 1 month, 1,600. Started from the Wilder Fury, my first time betting. I listened to the show for 5 years. Left a lot of thinks. Oh, I guess he meant to say left a lot of thinks from you guys. I know you guys sometimes going a little crazy, but I thank you for the show, for your work, TBB for life. I will send you a Cash App, Ness. You just did, champ. I learned a lot of things, not thinks. All right, baby. Well, we appreciate it. Listen, you know what's sad? And I'll be the first to say it. You guys are learning more than me. You're making more money than me, bro. It's harder for me. You know, you guys blame me, but you're not really understand. I know these men. It's not just like you know them from TV. I know Shawn. It's hard not to root for a dude you fucking know. It's like, you know, I want my friends to root for me. I want them to want me to win and want me to succeed in life. And that's all that is. So it does get a little, you know, cloudy, you know. Because, look, I did pick Crawford to win, but I wanted to still hang my hat on the durability of Porter and say that he would make it the decision for a moral victory. You know what I'm saying? I had to believe in Porter. I had to believe in Porter. It was Ken's fault though, man. Fucking Ken, man. I love you, Ken, but you got some explaining to do. For real, man. He put that knockout on Shawn's resume now, man. Again, I'm not saying it wouldn't have happened anyway, right? What was that? The 10th round? He had 2 more rounds of having to deal with a very vicious Crawford, bro. My man, I don't think we've seen anybody that much of a killer. Right? Because even Wilder, who had all this aggression and wanted to kill you, I want to catch a body, he wasn't as accurate as Crawford. So he really couldn't do what he wanted to do. This dude is a thinker and a killer. He's strategic. He's like a surgeon, man. We got Midwest Sports Talk. Teddy B, what up? He says, all publicity is good publicity. This builds the fight. It does build the fight because all the people like us, all the sports takes, all the Stephen A. Smiths, they'll be saying that Earl doesn't have the right energy for this fight. They'll be insinuating what most are insinuating, that he's afraid somehow. I don't believe he's afraid. We got Can't Box with God. He says, he threw Shawn under the bus, man. lack of preparation? Question marks. Let me go out to these callers. We got Boomerangs, Pound for Pounds, and Ringers in here. J-Mac, Boomerang, Jordan Baker, salute.
So you hating?
I'm that guy. What you want to bet on? Bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right? Easy. Let's bet $1 million easy. And I for the bread. When I him, y'all gonna say he was too weak on my life.
Okay, bow down, bitches. I'm about to handle business. I'ma teach you all a lesson. This'll only take a minute. Got a part in all this passion in my blood. Niggas hating just because. Think about it. Everybody love Bud. J-Mac, where you at? Where you at? All these niggas hating on me. Shit is whack. Shit is whack. So official with it. Don't check the stats. Hey, I'm out here trying to get it. I only got a minute.
Yo, good morning. That's how my audio sound.
Straight.
All right. Definitely shout out to the Bud brothers and all the guys who've been down, toting the flag, holding it down for as long as we've been. We've been trying to learn y'all that was gonna happen, and y'all want to say it was a competition. So I think everything should have been checked off and clearly show that dude at a certain level. He put on a hell of a display. A lot of people attacking Kenny. I agree that stoppage when I was watching the fight was a little early because you didn't know what happened. But once I realized what happened and I seen it a lot closer, I respect it. I think the next round, Porter would become a pinata, and Bud hit you accurate for that pinata. Let me get a counterpunch next.
All right.
Another thing, something was said on here. Okay, Errol Spence leaving out. I honestly think he left out because he disagreed with the stoppage. To be honest, from what I've seen in context, but he been up and down. I mean, at first it was get a belt, then it was this side of the street, then it was I don't know why he was at my fight, and then when he get the chance, and then actually he didn't even allow Bud to come in the ring for his fight. Bud actually tried to enter the ring. Errol actually tried to leave, so I don't know. I'm a little confused with that, but I hope that he got plans on making this fight because Bud was serious when he told him he gonna make him do the stanky leg. And if you don't believe that, I'm willing to take bets on that too because I've been saying Bud would beat Errol ass. A lot of y'all gonna make the excuse to say it was the accident, it was the eye surgery. Get in the ring. Let's let Bud be great. Let Bud be great again.
Well, all right. Great call. We got a ringer in the building, cutting the line. Tampa, what up?
Look, the fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire? Look, we're firemen. We are firemen. Igual wanna hacer. Okay.
BoxingVoice.com.
Hey, good morning, Ness. Thanks for your grind, everybody out there. What's up? Coño. Mira, after like the 4th, 5th round, I thought Bud was down because if you look at 3 minutes in a fight, in a round, Porter was doing more for like 2 minutes. But after like the 5th, 6th round, I was looking at Bud's face, and Bud was like laughing at him like, you ain't shit. I know I'm going to beat you. You know, and then I remember when Bo Mac told him, yo, it might mean nothing to you, but it means something to the judges. So I was like, damn. And then after the 6th, I just felt sorry for Porter, man. He had no answer, and he looked like he went into the ring already knowing this was his last fight, so he didn't want to give his best effort. You know, that's what I was thinking, but who knows what a boxer's thinking. But if you go into the ring thinking that you're going to lose, and after like the 4th round, you really know you're going to lose, you're going to lose. And that's what ended up happening in this fight. Bro, I haven't called for a while because I lost my voice with freaking Gabe Rosado. I finally got it back.
Cut it. Sorry, champ. You know there is a limit. We got the Axiom with the super chat, and he says Earl left because Earl he next to get the Bud retirement treatment. Oh my goodness. Don't be ridiculous. My Jinbe Boomerang.
Good morning, Ness.
What up?
All right, so I am. I gotta say, Bud's the best welterweight in the world. There's no doubt in my mind now. I don't want to see him move up. I want everybody to stop this Canelo talk. I think the furthest he should move up is 154. Like I said last night, I want to see Spence, Thurman, and then Nell. I think that should wrap up his career. He is 34. There's no need to go chasing Canelo at 6. Well, everybody knows he's not going back down to 60.
But why? Canelo moved up from 40 to 47, 54. Let me use my fingers here. 40, 47, 54, 60, 68, 75, and then a 7th division at cruiserweight. So stop giving people passes.
No. It's not giving people passes.
Yes, you are.
There's no need.
Yes, you are.
There's no need to do
Pacquiao
it.
moved up 8 divisions. How many divisions did Floyd move up? Stop acting like this is not. Stop acting like this is like, like we're trying to get him to do something crazy. It's not crazy. It's been done. People doing it. Like
he doesn't have to do it though.
Oh,
he doesn't have to do it.
I hear you, Jed. I hear you. I don't know why. Again, if he could beat Canelo, he could beat Canelo. Canelo is 5'8". And if the public demands this fight, Canelo would have to give him a catch weight that is going to be beneficial to him because it's Canelo they got to come down. He will be coming up. And why can't he be smart like the other smart fighters? I don't know. Roy Jones. He didn't come in at the right weight. Canelo, he didn't come in at the right weight. Leonard, he didn't come in at the right weight. You don't got to weigh in the way of the fight or whatever the contracted weight is. You weigh in what you want as long as you're not over the limit. You come in at what you're comfortable with, but don't give him no pass. He doesn't have to do it. That is clear. That is true. But don't be the fan to say, oh, don't do it. Let that man be great if he want to fucking be great. Ain't he great? He's showing it. Why wouldn't he do something special to Canelo? And Floyd did it. A smaller man that started at a smaller weight. Like, what are we going to say? Oh, well, Floyd did it 10 years ago. Canelo ain't the same man. It don't matter because it is Canelo again that will have to come down. It wasn't Floyd that came down. It was Canelo. So, I don't know. Why are we giving passes, man? That's weird to me. I don't want no passes, man. If that fight is on the table, I don't want no excuses about not taking it. That first of all, come on, man. He got $6 million for Porter. What the fuck would they give him for that fight? You know what I mean? Kovalev got like $14 million as a two-time, maybe at that time a two-time champ. I mean 3-time champ, but they lost 2 times is what I meant to say. This dude's undefeated. It would be a legacy fight. Just stop, man. Why would you steal a magnificent fight from us? Nah. If it can happen, let it happen is all I'm saying. I'm not pushing it. I'm not forcing it. But if it can happen, let it happen, man. Let it happen. Let's not hate on a great fight. But Brandon, Cincinnati.
Hey, whole nother time zone. Jumped up for back with our mind on. Can't play when you here, get your life stole. If you bring it here, then the price grow. Folks jabbing and punching the line long. I drop a pitch and let 9 go. We slap with the fake glass and white go. This only happens in Ohio.
Yo, Ness, good morning. How's my audio?
Audio of a true champion picker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I don't think Errol Spence was scared, guys. What happened, he wasn't scared. You ever been to like a club or something and you want to leave a little early to beat traffic so you can get out of the parking spot without having to wait?
Yeah. It do be a lot of cars, especially at stadium fights.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's all Earl was doing. He wasn't scared. Get the fuck out of here. Hey.
So wait a minute. You not being funny. You really think he was scared?
Man, listen. Bud show up to this fight after the Danny fight. They don't do no mention in the Bud in the ring. And Errol Spence's response was, I don't know why he here. Errol show up the Bud fight. Bud directly mentions his name and told him to get his panties out his ass and let's make this fight. It's clear who's been wanting this fight and who don't want this goddamn fight, man. Errol was talking about farming the chickens, and Bud said, I'm a free agent. I'm across that street. Bob couldn't get me to fight when I was with Top Rank. He can't get it without me, so I'm going to have to go knock on the door and tell that boy to come out and play myself. But that fight ain't going to happen, man, because, like I said, man, they only down to 2 cash cows left, Tank and Errol. They can't lose another one. That PBC house is burning slowly. But as far as that Canelo shit, yeah, hey, Bud, let him go up to cruiserweight to 200 pounds.
Exactly.
Weight drain his ass back down to like 165.
Exactly.
And get a weight drain Canelo, and I bet we whip his ass.
Let's go. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Be strategic, bruh. Everybody know he going up the cruiser. All Bud got to do is beat Earl, and that fight is signed, sealed, and delivered. Let me tell you. In the time that Canelo moves up, if Crawford could beat Earl, solidify that fight, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. We got ourselves a catchweight. Easy. And for Canelo, him and Eddie, they going to be like, yeah, this is the perfect fight for us to lose the weight to because we ain't got a big puncher. You know, when you go up in weight and you try to drop the weight, you know, your punch resistance is different. But now you dropping down to a 135-pounder. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Bud don't hurt him. But, again, that accuracy of this man is second to none. Second to none, man. He's made me of a believer. But, Nueva York.
What he done to the boxing world to be number 1 in the junior weight division.
Carlo don't know shit. Peter Fire don't know shit. The master don't know shit. I know everything. I know everything but God.
Yo, top of the morning.
What it do?
Top of the morning. Once again, I'm 4 for 4 with calling these fights, man. I haven't seen a welterweight since Sugar Ray Leonard that was actually stopping the elite guys. Terence Crawford fights Errol Spence, and I already been called it. That would be a brutal mismatch. I think Crawford stops him in 7 rounds. But Earl don't want that fight, so I think Al Heyman should just serve Earl up to Jerron Ennis so Boots could put him out in 4 rounds, and then we could see a real super fight because Jerron Ennis and Terence Crawford are the only 2 fighters that have that Sugar Ray Leonard type of thing where these guys can last in any era. Spence is a basic fighter. Shawn Porter, he's a good fighter, but I had Porter even losing to Danny Garcia. And, I think he should get rid of his father. You know, Ken Porter made a bad decision stopping the fight. I think Shawn Porter was very coherent. He was aware that he got knocked down. I think he was more frustrated because that second knockdown will make the round a 10-7 round when the fight was close. I don't think they should have stopped it. That's my call.
Maldonado, thank you for calling in. I got a super chat here. We last stopped off on Can't Box with God. The Axiom says Earl left because Earl no. Oh, yeah, we said that. 7-9 Malibu says, out of all the knockdowns Porter took in his career, this was the only time he looked hurt. I didn't agree with Kenny at first, but he was struggling to get up, especially after the second one. And Mr. Locke comes back. He says, Ugas is stuck in a WBA tournament. Earl can't fight him next. That's why Ugas was pissed. Yeah, I don't know. Ugas put out a cryptic message today, and I'll read it. I don't know if this message means he's vacating because they're forcing him to fight Stenonius, or if this message is a indirect pickup to Shawn Porter. Let me connect this here and show y'all. Let's do it right here. So this is Ugas, right? It's Ugas right here, and he says, being a champion in life is not just about having a belt. Being a champion is a vision, a lifestyle, a way of walking and behaving through life. Belts Like material things come and go. Feel and act like a champion for the man and the athlete that you are. Hashtag thank God, hashtag and still. So a little bit cryptic, right? Like, because he does put and still on the hashtag, but then he's kind of saying, belts are just material things. You don't need a belt to be a champ. So again, is it a pickup for Porter, or is it him showing frustration with the WBA and the fact that he's in this tournament and he's giving up this belt and he's letting us know, like, look, I'm still a champ even if I ain't got this belt because of they shitty rules. I don't know. Or he could have just been wanting Shawn posting this shit at a time where he knows welterweights are popping after Terence Bud Crawford's knockout of Shawn Porter. We got Keem the Dream in Florida. What is up, my friend? Are you available?
Wait a minute. You say you know boxing?
Yeah. What is it? Maybe I don't know.
Tell me what a pool counter is.
Pool counter? I've never heard that term before. That must be your term. You must have been...
Fair shake. HBO need to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. You ain't shit.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
What up, man? Good morning. That's you on it, huh? What time you finished last night? Like 3 in the morning? You back at it this morning, huh?
You know it.
I love it, though. I love it. But, hey, man, listen, I want to give a shout-out to the Bud community for letting me in. You know what I mean? I'm officially a Bud boy. I'm on the bandwagon. That was impressive last night, man. I was super impressed with Bud. That was big to me. Stopping Porter like that was a statement, man. That was a really, really, really good fight, and I was really impressed with him. I really got Bud top at 47. I agree with Brandon, man, and I agree with you, Ness, man. Let Canelo go up there to cruiserweight, suck him back down, and beat his ass up, man. The great Roy Jones Jr. was never the same after he came back from heavyweight. After he went up in weight and he came back down, he was never the same. That's when all his losses came. Really, we know he lost that first Tarver fight. They gave him I think it was a split, but he really lost that first fight down and then got knocked out. So I agree, man. Give us a weight drain, Canelo.
Yeah, man. And Canelo, like I said, he gets the pass, bro. He'll be able to look at it like, yo, I'm coming down to a dude that shouldn't be able to hurt me. And then he gets the surprise of his life if, in fact, it is the way, the Crawford fans believe. But, I mean, he made us a believer. I mean, I don't know if you can hurt Canelo because you can hurt Porter, but, boy, he put a hurting out there. Brand new caller in Louisiana. Who's this? First time caller.
How you doing, man? It's funny. I'm just picking up Crackle Barrel as we speak. This is Julius.
Julius.
Can you hear me?
I do.
Man, yes, man. That was a great fight. I've been listening to this show a long time. I was homeless 4 years ago. I used to listen to this. I used to tape it, be on the bus, listen to it, but no longer homeless. But that
man,
was
shout
great...
out to you, man. Congratulations. And I'm glad that somehow you found the way to listen to us even while homeless, man. And we got you through some dark times. We appreciate you even saying that, man. God bless.
Man, I was one of the homeless person with a job, baby mama acting up. So I was like, man, I go to the shelter 2 months before I go through this. But I used to take the Wi-Fi, record it, listen to it on the bus. But that was a great fight, man. That was a great fight. Shawn, I don't think we letting Shawn got a hard style to really dominate because he's like a football player. Football player and basketball player. Once he go in and out, and he's low. So the difficulty is because he's so low. But that's why Crawford said I figured him out in the first round because he knew he had to lunge in. So eventually he was counted on. He got to lunge in to get me. He got to keep lunging in to get me, and that's what I was going to get him. But great show. I love it, man. Keep doing your thing.
So, Julius, you in Louisiana?
Yeah, I'm in No, I'm in Lakeland. I be hearing y'all talk about going to Plant City to do the fights, man. Yeah. When y'all doing y'all next fights?
December 11th. December 11th, man. You could get a ticket. You could be in the building, man. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Is it on Plant City?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going. I'm right near Plant City.
Shout out to you,
I want to go to one of them fights.
All right.
Man, keep doing your thing, man. I don't know about Canelo, man. Can I say one thing, man? Let's talk the elephant in the room. Canelo, man, he need to get tested about 1,000 times before he fight Bud, man. I don't trust that guy.
I'm not gonna bite on that because we know he do 365. He been with Vada for a while, but you know that there's people that believe he's not as clean as others think, man. But listen, I'm gonna get to some other callers. I'm going to Savannah, Georgia. Zorro.
Good morning. Good morning. Hey, man. I'll make this quick. I mean, if we could get the Spence fight, he beat Spence. Why not with the Canelo fight? This boxing, man. Everybody is enjoying great fights, and maybe Keith Thurman and them could run back with something. Do you think he's going to sign with PBC, or do you think he's going to be independent and kind of bounce from?
Yeah, I think he's
maybe
gonna be
zone, or maybe.
I think he's gonna do fight by fight,
or maybe just do a fight deal.
I think fight by fight
that's-
based
I mean,
off the thing yesterday, you know, because he said like, oh, Bob tried to offer him a fight by fight thing, so I think he'll do something like that, just to see what's out there and who could bring him the best opportunities.
I mean, because Mikey Garcia kind of did the independent thing and cashed out big on some fights where, you know, and then Mikey Garcia out there living good, and you know, Bud probably don't really care about none of that flash and nothing like that. He just want to be out there chilling and making big money and having a good time supplying it for his family. So, man, hopefully Spence and Crawford gets that fight, and I definitely gonna shell out some pennies to go ride out wherever they are to go for that fight. Gotta go see it.
Let me ask you.
Hey, are you going to the Ortiz fight?
Hell yeah. Let me ask you.
Hey, I'm gonna go to the Ortiz fight, man.
All right, I'll see you there. Let me ask you though. Is Crawford? Could he beat Canelo's legacy if he beats Andrade? If he fights and beats the guy that Canelo hasn't fought, that people really think Canelo's afraid of, what does that do for Crawford?
I think it'll put him up there because a lot of people they like Canelo, but Canelo still got that little thing that makes him look a little funny. But if Crawford wins, if he unifies at 147 and goes up and fights 154 to get acclimated to a bigger weight and win some titles up there, and then he fights Canelo, yeah, he'll be. I think even if he unifies at 147, I think he's going to be like pound for pound number one over everybody. He's because he's a complete boxer. He has every.
Thank you for calling it. Yeah, man. I wonder, man. People are saying, yo, forget Canelo. Okay. What about Andre? What about Mr. Most Feared? You know, how about if he moved up and took care of that guy that people are afraid of, that people think is just as good as he is, right? He's the other dark horse, you know? Even though I really like the Mel fight, we already got that pre-existing beef between them that we could reuse to resell to the casuals. But I am going back to the phone lines, and we're going to Oklahoma. Nope. North Carolina. New caller. Uh-oh. Yes, sir. New caller. So, this is new caller in North Carolina. Who's this? What's your name, brother? Say again?
It's Rob.
Rob in North Carolina, talk to us.
Yeah, Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah, the Canelo thing. Look, honestly, I don't want to see a weight drain. Canelo get beat, or smaller Crawford or Spence get beat. So like, I don't really like that fight. I think we should just stick with the Spence Crawford. That's the fight that need to be made. As far as the fight last night, great fight. Um, Shawn Porter dad knew what was coming. I know a lot of people mad at the stoppage, but man, he know what Crawford do, man. Crawford, he's a finisher, and there's no way he was gonna let him go 2 more rounds, knowing the point he needed to prove. Errol Spence in the building, knowing the fight that he won in his last fight with Bob Arum. All right, and then Shawn Porter ain't really complain. Like a lot of people get stopped by Crawford, I never see none of them complain when they get stopped because it's like, man, Crawford, he don't leave no question after a fight. You don't want to see a rematch. Like he finishes people to a point where it's like you just can't beat him. All right, and Shawn Porter, he ain't have nowhere to go. Like at the end of the day, the only fight really for him was Crawford. Like he already lost. He beat Danny Garcia, but he lost to Thurman. He lost to Spence. He lost to Kell Brook. It's like
Hey, champ, you said your name is Rob, right?
Yeah.
All right, Rob. Thank you for calling in, champ. Rob in North Carolina. Appreciate your call. We got you down. Next time you call, we will definitely address you properly. And what do we got here? We're going to Mr. Locke, right? He says Ugas is stuck in a WBA tournament. Earl can't fight him next. I mean, we did say that, and I think that's your number 3. Let me double check. But you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. That's actually numero 2 for Mr. Locke. We're going to Dre Dot, who says they really told Bud he was losing, and he turned it way up and stopped Porter immediately after getting that news. Devil emoji. Yo, that is true, man. And that, just like the Plant audio, that's all out there now. Like everybody is running with that round and giving, the quotes and everything, because it's like he's like, how is he up? And after that, he went out there on some killer shit. But yeah, man, shout out to Dre Dot with the super chat. I see you. And we going to Who's up? That was Rob. And we got V in Jacksonville. Was good. V.
Yes.
Yo.
Yes, you can hear me?
I hear you. This ain't V. This James
Yo, what
in
up,
Harlem. What up? My bad.
Yeah, James in Harlem. What's going on? Yo, I got to call in the gloat, man. Like 2 months ago, like when the fight was first announced, I told you that Bud was going to win by way of Kenny Porter stoppage. Yesterday, I called you and said the same thing. Kenny Porter stoppage. Kenny Porter, if the referee had stopped that fight, we all be flipping on the referee. Shawn Porter deserved the right to continue and fight on. He fought a very good fight. My whole household is a Bud Crawford household, and we was all impressed with Shawn Porter. He fought a good fight, fought his heart out. He deserved the right to end that fight, man. Kenny Porter, his bullshit came to our attention last night. He's a disgrace right now, B. That's my call.
Damn. Disgrace, bro. Wow. Disgrace. You guys are tough, man. Very brutal, man. That's he asked Radio Raheem. He said when Radio Raheem asked the question, first thing Kenny said is, "Do you have children?" And Radio said no. And I think it's a question for fathers. I think if you're a father, I want you to call in and I want you to tell me what you thought about the stoppage as a father. J-Mac, you're also a father and a trainer. But he doesn't have an issue with it. He understood. Maybe you thinking it's biased because he's always been pro Bud, but you got to look at that knockout, from a father's perspective, and that's why many people were saying, he's got to learn. I think it was Lady Shan was saying he's got to learn to be a trainer at the time of training and then a father later. But D Nice in the 718 says, glad to see Bub moved on from Top Rank. I mean, that's what everybody wanted. Honestly, everybody just wanted him to go ahead and move on to the next, man. On to the next one. No holdbacks, man. We don't need, we don't need him to be held back. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Let me see what we got here. Is this Arizona, I believe, in a 623, right? Let's see if I'm right about that. 6'2". Tress. Nope, that's LA. No, it's not LA. 623 is Arizona. Phoenix. Who we got? Jay in Phoenix, what up?
Yeah, what up?
Chilling.
Yeah, I think Spence just being there was a call from Al. Al was just like, show up. So as soon as it was over, he just left. So I think that fight's definitely going to happen. Just from him being there. Because he said he wasn't going to go show up to his stuff, so he showed up. And Crawford's about to leave Top Rank. Fight's about to happen. As far as Kenny Porter, yeah, he threw his own son under the bus. He said it was the preparation. It's like, come on, man. You pretty much saying you knew your son was going to lose before going in the fight. After all that shit he was talking to you about on the show, talking about, oh, well, they said we was going to lose when we fought this guy. But now you saying that the preparation wasn't right? He just threw his own son under the bus. He could have just left it at, I wanted to protect my son. He fought his heart out, but it is what it is. But nah, the first thing came out of his mouth, it wasn't my fault. He didn't do what I said.
Well, thank you for calling in, my friend. We're going to... Is this? It sure enough is. In the 516, get your mic together, because you are our next caller in Long Island, and you look like you are a first-time caller. So on that note...
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Long Island, who's this? What's your name, brother?
Not a first-time caller, just a long time not haven't called in. It's Jesse Reekin. What's up, man?
Hey, Jesse Reekin. What's up, man? Let everybody know where they can find you. I know you got your own show you do from time to time.
No, I'm actually not doing nothing right now, but follow me on Twitter at Jesse Reekin1. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, I took a little break. Whatchamacallit? But man, good fight yesterday. Crawford just proved to be the best. I mean, the stoppage might have been too short, but I don't think it would have made much of a difference anyway. I think the time was coming. And, man, I got Crawford over Spence, man. And Jake Paul. I'm going for Jake Paul December 18th. I don't know if you guys talk about that.
Of course we talk about
that. I'm a Jake Paul fan, bro. I know I'm on the he's a hated list, but I think if he beats Fury, people can't really say much if he beats a real boxer, man. And I know I'm on a short division of boxers that actually like him, but yeah. So that's my call. Crawford versus Spence for 2022. I'm picking Bud, and Jake Paul December 18th.
All right. J-Mac, I don't see that tweet. I'm on his Twitter, champ. I'm gonna need that. Come on, man. Don't be playing games like that. I'm gonna need that Twitter link, man. Let's get that link. Send me that link if you ain't lying, bro. Don't be lying on Canelo like that. Canelo never back down from a challenge. Who we got next? Is this rolling with the punches?
Yeah, Monster Lock Ness.
What's good?
TBV chat room. How's it going, man? Called in yesterday and shit, saying how I thought Shawn was gonna pull it off by even maybe like a couple points, but obviously that didn't go down like that. I just quickly wanted to say, touching by his retirement, man. I feel like Shawn, the way he was looking, this the way he sounded and shit, he still looked really intense and shit still, man. Like he's not finished. And then he mentioned Ward's comment about how why can't you have one fight left in you. I don't even think that's gonna sit well with him. Probably at the end of the day, he's probably gonna be like, "Whoa, shit, man! Why not give it? Why not leave it all out on the table at the same time too?" I don't know, man. Something about I truly got mad love for Shawn Porter, man. So I just feel like I'm in denial probably right now. Like, man, it ain't over. He's coming back. So I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to call and just talk about that retirement announcement. And much love to you, Ness, man. Much love. Border Wars, Border Wars, Border Warriors. Let's come out and play.
Hey,
going down.
Rolling with the punches, man. Call Doomy so he could get your room in the hotel. He said you ain't hit him up. 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 It's hard to yell with the barrel in your mouth. Yo, who we got? We stopped at D Nice on the super chat. Time to refresh. You know the number to call in, 14255695241. It's right there on the screen. You see it on the thumbnail. We ain't going nowhere. We talking boxing. It is what it is. And listen, if he goes free agent style, think about it, guys. If we push this Crawford versus Andrade, we could get Crawford like $10 million. Think about it. Him versus Andrade on Dazn, a one-off. They gave Mikey $7 million to fight Thomas Delorme. How much are they going to give a welterweight champion to fight another champion? He could probably get more than 10 now that I'm thinking about it, especially since there's a guy that nobody wants to fight. It's like, yo, y'all got a problem, I could solve it. What's our problem, bud? Well, you can't find nobody to fight Andrade. I'll take him. Out, that is. Let's see, though. Let's see. That would be interesting, right? I mean, if we can't get the Spence fight, is that a decent fight? Maybe I need to do a little poll.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready!
And that alarm goes for Can't Box with God because he sent his 4th super chat, and he says, it's Kendall from Cincy. Kenny, foul. Damn. Everybody mad at good old Can't Box. Actually, I was supposed to read this other one from Can't Box with God that says, lack of preparation? Don't do that to your son. You're the trainer, Kenny. That's foul. Yeah, nobody's really happy with that one, man. But we not Ken, man. We not in there. We ain't see the camp. And y'all acting like he ain't come on here 2 times in a row and said, he kept repeating they ain't get the sparring they want. And then he hit us with that weird one when he's like, yeah, Shawn don't train on Friday, Saturday. And so I'm like, what the fuck? I never seen that. I've been to hella gyms. I ain't never seen a dude take the whole goddamn weekend off. Even if they take the weekend off, they taking the literal weekend, Saturday, Sunday. And they still might run. You know, I'm not saying Porter wasn't running on them days, but we ain't get that information. We weren't told, what was going on. And I don't know. It wasn't good to hear that he take the weekends off, man. AO Biz says, Ken said at the post-fight he planned to stop the fight in camp before fight started. So why not tell Shawn? That's not right. Yeah, you see, I mean, look, I don't know. I don't think that Ken is out here trying to save face. I think that, we seen it. We seen Shawn, he probably was biting off more than he can chew from a work standpoint. We seen him fall asleep on ESPN telecast. I wanted to believe that was him being tired from the training, but it could be just burning the candle on both ends, man. We got Mark Martin that says, Kenny told Porter when Bud catches him to back off, he did the opposite and got dropped again, expending energy, punching the canvas, lost composure. I hear you, man. Daryl Alexander says Porter was very hurt with 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the 10th. That's what I'm saying. It was 2 full rounds, man. So it could have gotten worse for him, is what many are believing. We're just frustrated, and not me so much like yesterday. Like, I was mad yesterday because I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? But like, I seen those accurate punches. I knew the dude probably would get out of there in the 11 for the 12 if they let him continue. So it is what it is. E in Philly, what up?
What up, Ness? Hey, listen, it looks like Bud may be on the path of going through what Floyd went through, man, because that was an impressive performance last night. Yo, the soundbite with Chris Colbert, bro, that's such a funny pick me up. Every time you play that shit, I be in here rolling. It remind me of the Maurice. I think that's the boy named Maurice Lee with the In Jesus Name, man. Good funny soundbites, man. Definitely. Listen, I think if Shawn trained, take a rest, get back and train, he beats all the welterweights, Danny Garcia and under, with the exception of Virgil and Boots. So I think he still can have a career. Honestly, when Brandon said Earl was leaving to try to beat the crowds, I don't know if he was playing or not, because, he be joking a lot. But that's what I thought. Earl not no coward, man. I don't think none of these guys is cowards, man. I really think I thought he was disgusted about the stoppage, and he was leaving early to beat the crowd, even though I know he probably valeted. You know what I mean? And one of your TVB calls.
For me, it felt like you didn't get the outcome you wanted. It felt like you was there rooting for Porter and you wanted the rematch with Porter on some PBC shit, and the other dude won, and now it ain't worth your time. That's how it felt like for me. But, I could be wrong. We got a super chat from Low Keo. I don't know. Spence left, had to go purse and pump shopping. Go with his belts. He's done pretty well for himself for being, oh man, I'm not reading that. For being a guy that likes to party, I guess, is what he meant to say. Why? Yo, dudes are very upset. These fighters are just fighters. Y'all don't got to take it so personal, man. Contrell, what up? He says, shout out to Bruce in Chicago. He know boxing. He was right that Bud was going to stop Porter. I myself don't know anything about boxing. I hear you, man. I feel like that these last couple of weeks. I've been getting the fighter right, but definitely not the outcome. These dudes are getting stoppages I just didn't believe could be gotten. It's crazy. It's crazy. We got Daryl that says Bud versus Spence next. Canelo fight a super champ. Yeah, man. That is a super fight if they fight Canelo. And he's trying to say that Canelo would fight a super champ, meaning if the two of those two fight each other, Earl and Bud, Canelo fights the super champion of the welterweight division, which is also one of the most luxurious divisions, right? It gets a lot of eyeballs on it. So if Earl and Bud were to fight, the winner of that would, I'm telling you, it won't just be me. You'll see media people putting the question, posing it to Canelo. Believe that without a doubt. We got Roland Curtis with the fat 20 dub. Listen, Roland. You that dude. My man loves super chatting in 20s, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy the show. He says, you picking Porter to beat Bud was more logical than you picking Plant to beat Canelo. I never picked Plant. Stop the lie. You and Plant ran around with believe this, unbelievable that. Canelo stopping Plant was very believable. Bud retiring Porter was more unbelievable. Okay, but remember, I picked Canelo by decision and I put money on it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad, yesterday I was almost about to bet my last little bit of money in the bookie, and then I stopped. And guess what? I was going to put it on Bud by decision. I just backed up. I was like, fuck it, man. I keep losing money. So I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it. And I was right. So, it's going to take a couple more weeks of conditioning, I'm going to lose or get the wrong pick enough that you learn and you get on your flow. It'll come. See, I'm smart, though. I don't bet all the time, especially fights like this where I'm torn. I just was very sure. That's the par for the year for me. I was convinced Plant was going to last 12. I was convinced. I thought that Canelo by decision was the money getter for this year, and he showed me differently. But that's okay, man. It feels good to be wrong when it becomes, an outcome like this, like Porter being stopped. I never expected that, so that's a great outcome. I don't mind being wrong. Plant, You know, okay, maybe we all didn't feel that he wouldn't get stopped, but you know, he still did good enough that I felt vindicated even in stoppage. Oh shit, look at my man London Runs Boxing sending the fat 20 dub in pounds. And he said, London Runs Boxing says, salute to you, Ness, for, excuse me, it just moved. Salute to you, Ness, for the work ethic, and salute to the TBV chat. The real ones knew what time it was. By the way, Spence left to avoid the call out and the inevitable questions. Bud is and has been the number one welterweight. That is true, man. There would have been questions from reporters like, yo, what you think of the fight? Yo, you gonna fight? I mean, you know, that's pressure. That's pressure. That's pressure. And he comes right back with another one and says, nah, we ain't about to turn Kenny into Breland. Stop the foolishness. You love saying that, huh? That's his second super chat about that in 2 days. Chuevo Guapo says, Spence wasn't scared. It's like when a dude you hate tells you a funny joke. You aren't going to laugh or give him credit. He wants a tune-up for sure now, 100. Yo, that would be interesting if this fight makes Spence change his logic, right? He said no tune-ups. Maybe now he like, well, you know what? Let me make sure there is no rust before I get up in there with a dude that looking like he fucking running people over like a bus. We going to Indiana. Is this Ronald? Yes, it is. Ronald, what up?
Yo, what's up, big dog?
Chilling.
Man, that stoppage was a bunch of, man, that was some bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Kenny, man, I don't know, sometimes he be doing Shawn Porter a disservice, but you know what you said earlier when you was like, you seen him falling asleep on the ESPN thing? I had seen a little clip like that, bro. And then I think when he was doing an interview on Fight Hype, like right after the weigh-in, he looked at a little sluggish and stuff like that too. But I still think the stoppage was a little premature. After the fact, because me and my brother ordered the fight, after the fact they was reading the judges' scorecards, they had Crawford up. But I had Crawford. I had Porter up by like 2 rounds still, because I think he took like the first like 4 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Easy. You know, I didn't think Bud started really coming on and adjusting that good to like the 5th, 6th round. But I don't know, man.
All right,
as far as that Spence.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you for calling in. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't be shy. Don't be a hater. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Come on back later, 7 p.m. Eastern, where we serve the crow. For everybody, if you didn't know, if you picked it right, you get to celebrate tonight. If you picked it wrong, we got a nice plate of crow for you to, take down. And we're trying to get to that goal, man. We're almost there right now. It says we're at 130,272. So we about 25, 30-something subscribers away from our next goal of 130,300. You can help us get us there. Go ahead. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We rocking out, man. Tell your friends to subscribe. Tell your kids to subscribe. Support your favorite show. Hawk in Maryland. What is going on, Hawk in Maryland?
Yo, what up, Ness? Good morning, my brother. You are on the JOB.
Let's do
Damn
it.
near 24/7. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I thought it was a great fight. I called it pretty much exactly down there, almost to the ground, because I know Terence Crawford was going to hurt Shawn Porter with those body shots. And that's what I think really happened, bro. Shawn Porter was so beat up from them body shots. When Terence started catching him in the 10th round and knocked him down, when he went to go get up, dude stumbled to try to stand back up. I believe he was concussed. I believe Porter saw that. His father saw that and dropped in the towel on that one, because he knew he was about to get, completely taken out. But I like to see Spence fight one. I know he's talking about he wanted to do. I like to see Spence fight one fight ahead, so don't get no excuses when he fight Crawford. But I would like to see Big Charlo fight Demetrius Andrade. That's the fight we should be pushing. Big Charlo, Demetrius Andrade.
Or we could be pushing Crawford versus Andrade, and the storyline be everybody's scared of him. Canelo's scared of him. They saying I'm number one. They saying Canelo number one. I'm going to beat the dude that he afraid to fight. I'm going to beat the dude. And only Crawford could explain it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Well, every time he gets in, this guy was a champ when Canelo was at 54. He was a champ when Canelo was at 60. He avoided them for a reason. We gonna take him out so we can show y'all we truly number one. We got Ozzy that says, Yo, Ness, this is to the caller that said, stop the Canelo versus Crawford talk. You must not like boxing. So, like someone famously says it with a Brooklyn accent, suck my dick. You heard? Isn't that Michael Blackston? Laugh out loud emoji, 100 emoji. We got Shin C. What up, champ? I ain't seen you since the Wilder Fury, man. You still spending all that Wilder Fury money. He said Kenny Porter got the KO, not Bud. Laugh out loud. EJ kills him. We'll see. We shall see. I hope these pay-per-view numbers are good, man. I really do, so that it can really drive this fight to be in 2022, man. I don't know how much longer we can wait and how much longer we should wait. We got Sway in Brooklyn that says, Spence Bud, Tank Tio, Charlo Andrade, Charlo Castano 2, Joshua Fury, Shakur Loma, need it all in 2022. Speak it into existence. Hashtag bring back big fights. Tank Tio. I don't know because they trying to do Shakur Tio, man. They throwing Shakur so they don't got to go the Haney route. Because honestly, who's going to be mad at Tio if he fights Shakur instead of Haney? Even though it's a dude moving up, we know motherfucking Shakur body, man. We know Shakur body.
I know my body. Yeah, I know Shakur body. Shakur know my body.
Hey. Nah, that's going to be, I should do a poll for that, but I don't really got the time. It take a while for them polls to build up. But really, though, who y'all picking? Shakur versus Tio. Whew. You know who I'm riding with, man. You know who I'm riding with. But again, I'm also, like I just said about Porter, I'm invested, man. When you invested, when you know someone personally, you probably can't see what the true outcome is going to be, man. Just like I ain't been seeing these knockouts. We got Jeremy Rhodes that says, Wilder, Porter, Plant, Cancun on 3. Payday. Damn, did you do a parlay? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. He did a long parlay. Wow. Shout out to you, champ.
I love boxing. I love being in there, in the ring.
We do too.
Payday. You want payday?
I know that. Yo, who's next? Let's see. It looks like Jacory, Kentucky. What up?
What's going on there?
Chilling.
Hello. Hey, man. Great fight last night. I was on with the live chat with you. Great commentary by you as always, man. I think the stoppage was premature, but like I said, Shawn is a real dog in there. Just like you said, man, I thought he held that left hand low and allowed some of them shots to get in. I noticed that Crawford switched to southpaw quick. But, yeah, man, I'm like you. I just want to push for the Spence fight, man. And that's pretty much my call, but I ain't going to lie to you. I am a Spence guy. I'm going to bet on Spence, and we're going to see how it's going to play out. TBV for life, man. I'll holler.
All right, man. Shout out to you, man. I mean, we definitely got a lot of Spence fans. And it's like I said, you see, for this community, you know, if you listen to every show, you heard me say that in the last 72 hours. For this community, this fight was bigger. My analytics already proved that. Like, I could see the spike from November 6th for Canelo and the spike from November 20th for Crawford. Bigger spike for Crawford. So for this channel, Errol versus Spence gonna be huge. No, I said the same person. Errol versus Bud. I always do that, right? How many times have I done that in this since this fight has been talked about? I'm always saying Errol versus Spence, but I meant Spence versus Crawford actually is gonna be very, very, very big for this channel. So if that ever happens, expect some noise.
I'm gonna go ahead and beat up Danny Garcia.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar bill.
You need to take out that green jacket because I just took your bill. It's fly, you can't even set out an arena. The only reason you don't pay per view because you fight me. So you sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. You will not be fighting on pay-per-view one for me.
You know, I wanted to send some love out there to my Errol Spence fans. I don't want y'all thinking it's a one-way street. You know, we just want a super fight. We don't understand why Errol left the arena, man. We going out to the producer.
Let's start with this. I'm a creative genius.
SDS.
And now, the most dangerous producer on YouTube, Brandon in Houston.
Brandon in Houston. SDS Promotion.
What up, Ness?
What up?
Man, listen, all this old Spence decking talk, that don't even sound right. You could tell he was annoyed by the stoppage, you know, like a lot of people were. You know, I seen Shawn Porter hitting the ground, and I was thinking like, damn, bro, because, you know, that meant his career. If he knew that he was going to retire before the fight started, like, he knew his career was done. Like, on that second knockdown, it's like, this is it. This is my career. It's over with. I'm losing on my last fight. Because if he would have won this fight, obviously he would probably go back and try to get the Spence rematch. And if he get those 2 wins, like, you in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? But I could tell the pain he was going through. And I wish I would stop this dumbass Canelo and Crawford talk, man. You remember I sent you the clip of Crawford himself calling that shit stupid. He said it was stupid to begin with. So, like, I don't know why y'all keep trying to push that.
Of course, because it would be him having to challenge himself. Of course.
But I'm saying, if he don't, what I'm saying, if he telling you that it's stupid, there's nothing to even talk about. Now, if you said him and Andrade, now that seems more realistic to me.
It is still something to talk about because guess what? Just because he think it's stupid today, don't think he gonna think it's stupid tomorrow when they offer him that 15
if you gotta do
million.
Going up, if you gotta do good up to one night. First of all, let me say this: y'all gonna turn me into the line 6 for Benavidez because if you got a man coming up to 200 pounds. And then going back down past Benavidez to go down to fight a dude that won at a catch weight. Oh my God! If you gonna tell me that ain't no ducking, nah, bro. Like I can't. I'm not gonna let that happen.
I don't even know
Benavidez, listen. I'm saying if Canelo goes to 200 pounds and he got to go down past Benavidez, past 168 to fight Crawford or Spence at 64, nah, we ain't letting that happen, bro.
Well, that's the point. That's the point. Crawford is an undisputed champ. He's a unified champ. And then if he fights Canelo, he would be a second division, either undisputed or unified. While your man is only known. What's your man known for? What's your man known for? What's your man known for? Come on.
He known for getting people up out of there. That's what he's known for. He known for getting motherfuckers out of there.
Yeah.
Cut the shit.
Yeah. Well, tell him get some guys a note out of there. How about that?
Hey, listen, it's easy to say when you can't pick and choose who you fight.
Well,
you know
I wonder why.
Just like,
I wonder why, because ain't nobody investing in you.
Listen, let me say something. Just like, Shakur, he just won a belt. He been asking for Valdez for 2 divisions. Now, if you think if Shakur could offer Valdez $10 million to take the fight, you don't think he would have took that fight? It ain't that easy, man. I'm telling you, that shit is bullshit. Canelo can offer people money to go jump at. It's for you to tell somebody else, go do something. It ain't that easy, man. It's not. But I hear y'all. Have fun.
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
You mad. You mad your favorite fight ain't done what Crawford done, or what Canelo done, or what Earl done, and that's why he gonna get passed over. I get it, man. It's all right. It's all right. Look, it's all right. You know? But who we got? LV Slugger. Talk to us, man.
Only time y'all see me in rage is when I turn into the bronze mama. I want a body, and he gonna be the body. The ambulance better be ready, the medical better be ready, the referee better be ready. They better have that towel to be able to throw it in.
SDS Promotion.
Was he right?
LV Slugger. We don't hear you, champ.
TBV.
What's good?
What up? What up? What up? Yeah. Definitely a great night of boxing, man. Enjoyed the fight last night. And, you know, I just really want to put this out here, man. Like, as a fan watching the fight, I thought Kenny was, you know, probably, you know, just looking out for his son. I would have wanted the fight to continue, but I went back and watched it right after. And shout out Stone Bone. He pointed this out. Man, if y'all go back and watch this fight and looked at Porter when he was up there hitting on the ground, that man was literally shaking on that ground, man. Like, I would have stopped that fight, too. That man's whole body was literally shaking. Yeah, that's why he didn't get up right on time. He was sitting up there like his body, like his nerves and shit was shaking. Like, real talk. Y'all go back and watch. If y'all think that was a premature stoppage, y'all go back and watch that replay, man. That was a good stoppage, man. That man's body literally was shaking on that ground. But on the my Majimbe called back and, you know, had something to say about the modern day Sugar Ray. You know, we all know Sugar Ray Robinson. His stamp, his legacy is submitted. You know what I'm saying? Number 1 or 2 greatest all time. All the reason why I say modern day, you know what I'm saying? It's just this era of boxing. You know, at that time it was one belt. You know what I mean? It wasn't all these. I think with the technology and stuff we had today, ain't nobody going up that big to fight nobody, you know, that big starting at 135. So that's why I say the modern day in the 4-belt era, and they only fighting 12 rounds now. Back then they was fighting 15. So I'm just talking about this era, the modern day. You know what I'm saying? But stay on that, man. Hopefully, what I'm really hoping for, that Spence can get that Ugas fight. We can get that unification. Thurman get a good tune-up in, and Bud can get that Thurman fight. Hey, let me get a counterpunch. I'm going to send you a counterpunch.
All right,
Thurman.
go for it.
Send you a counterpunch. Yeah, I'm hoping down Ugas and Spence, the WBA, stop that bullshit. Let Ugas get that unification with Spence. Thurman can get a good tune-up, like at the beginning of the year. And then we can get that Thurman Bud. And then we can get the Ugas Spence, and then right after that, we go into, if they both can get the job done, we can go straight like near the end of the year, huge unification, undisputed Spence Bud. You know, that's me hoping, you know, wishing, you know what I'm saying, but I'm hoping they can get that shit done, man.
What about a little curveball here? Crawford, he mad at Spence, like he said. That fight, I ain't thinking about that fight no more. I'm past that fight. I'm done with that fight. And he's like, I want the dude Canelo keep ducking. He ducked him his whole life. Give me the most avoided versus the most feared. Southpaw versus Southpaw. That's what we want.
I feel you on that. I mean, if he's there to be great and do that, I mean, I'm not gonna knock him. But I think the Crawford we seen yesterday would have stopped Castano. So if he want to go up there and do that and get that Jamel thing popping, you know, I think he can do the Crawford we seen last night would have stopped Castano, man. In my opinion. You feel me? But, you know, I can't wait for his next fight. I hope that shit playing out like how I'm saying it. EJ can get the... Cut it.
And New Orleans, what up?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
Oh, what up, Ness?
What up?
We had a good fight last night, bro. It wasn't the outcome that I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna go 12 rounds, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Crawford got it done, man. Like you gotta get it to him, bro. If you ain't got a number one, you gotta have him number two pound for pound, bro. You know what I'm saying? He got it done. I think it was a premature stoppage, bro. I watched the fight live. I gotta watch it again. But I'm looking at this man. This man pissed off. He beating on the mat. He jumped up. He looked at you to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think he did enough in his career, bro, to get that man another shot. If he get knocked down again, then no, he wasn't about to get killed. You know what I'm saying? The man that we just saw this man get up and say, "Let's go. Come on, let's fight now." You know what I'm saying? So I think he should have got another shot. Kenny already had in his mind he was gonna stop it. But you check them interviews out there, man. Kenny was doing a lot of talking, like the training wasn't like Porter wasn't giving 100%
But
in training.
y'all just didn't hear that. He was saying that in our interviews, both interviews before the fight. He go back and watch him, bro. He was telling us right in the interview, like, yo, we ain't getting the sparring we want. Shawn don't train on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. I'm like, whoa, elite level fighter not training on a whole fucking weekend? I never
Man, we
heard
ain't
of that.
never heard that. And then you think Tank? I think Tank really put hands on him.
And that's what I said. That's what I said. I said the same
You heard
thing.
what he said? He said like he wasn't protecting himself in training either. So you got to be talking about the Tank sparring.
But listen. K Boxing, DC, what up?
Hey, Ness, glorified sparring match. And I heard Terrence say after the fight that, who number one in the division. You heard that crowd. He's still number two in the welterweight division. And I guarantee you, Earl ain't going to have a glorified sparring match with him. He ain't going to lay down.
But wait a
he
minute,
ain't
bro.
gonna retire.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? He did better
What
than
I'm talking
Earl.
about
He
is
did better
what
than
I'm
Earl.
talking
How you
about
gonna
is
call
what
it a
I saw.
sparring match?
I saw two buddies have a glorified sparring match. I saw a crooked father throw in the towel and cost a lot of good people a lot of good money. That's what I saw.
All right, man. I mean, listen. You know. K Boxing, DC. I hear you, man. Davidian, Buffalo Falls. What up?
Yo,
Yo.
what's up? Hey, Ness.
Good morning.
Nah, good show. Good morning. Yeah, man. I mean, I can't say nothing. You know, Terrence did his thing. He's a bad boy. I can't wait to see what he does next. It looks like he's for sure leaving Top Rank. Something I wanted him to do from the get go, but yeah. I mean. Now, I feel like the pieces are moving. I want to see that Earl versus Terence Crawford. Like, I still want to see that. Obviously, I love me some Earl, so I just do. Get my man a fight with Ugas or whoever Earl's going to fight soon. And then, yeah, let's get it on. Like, let's see who, I mean, for right now, Buzz doing his thing, but I want to see that Errol Spence fight. Texas versus Nebraska. Let's go. So, yeah, that's my call. God bless you guys.
All right. Majid, Ohio.
Yo, everybody need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join YouTube members and Patreon for something. Yeah, man. I had went for Crawford for the stoppage, that it was what it was. I feel like if Spence and all of them known if that shit don't work out for whatever reason, ain't next. I'm sitting there, I'm playing that bullshit today. I'm like, Canelo fighting Makabu, right? And he just going up there for history, doing what he got to do. I say that it's crazy as fuck. Of course, he got to trial up there, but go challenge the motherfucking GGG versus Murata winner. You know what I'm saying? If GGG beat him, we seen how Cal Brook looked against him. He had some success, and GGG ain't do nothing but decline. And that's kind of taking some money out of Canelo
Oh,
pocket, easy money.
you saying Crawford Canelo? I mean Crawford GGG?
Yeah, Eddie Hearn to promote the shit out of that and he'll pay for it. I got the number 1 pound for pound and number 2 pound for pound on the on Dazn, mate. So I'm like,
And I
fuck it,
get
if we
you,
gonna be
champ.
on that shit, it's just about chess, like you gotta do what you gotta do. And people they putting the blueprints out here, so it might sound crazy, but hey, like if nothing work out, try to challenge that
That
winner and
is
snatch
it.
that belt real quick.
That is it, bro. Because Andrade is fresh. Andrade is undefeated. Andrade is in his prime. GGG, I thought Floyd would have beat GGG when GGG was in his prime. Damn. That was good. That was good. I like that. He's slow enough. I definitely think Crawford could do it. He's slow enough. The thing is, it's got to be Eddie to put something together like that, because why would GGG do it? If he beats Murata, he's going to put all his attention on Canelo. He's going to want that Canelo fight more than he's ever wanted it. And that's going to be interesting, man. That's a good fight. I wonder what people say about that. Because listen, and I know before any Bud fans call in thinking that, we just trying to set Bud up, remember that we've done shows here about Pacquiao versus Gennady. Gennady's 39 years old, and he's about to fight a very big puncher in Japan. He might suffer a loss. He might take some punishment. It might be the right time. It's about being strategic. That's what I get mad at Canelo. He sees the right opportunity and seizes it. We got Stone Bone. What up?
What up? Hello?
We hear you. What's good, champ?
Oh man, just still asleep, man. I'm sleepwalking, man. But I'm on cloud 9, so I'm floating. I ain't even walking, man. It was a great night, man. It was a great display of boxing. It was a great display of counterpunching. We sat back and stayed up late, watched the playback, and I saw that once he started round 7, he'll get the distance. He started running them up the middle. And remember, I think it was round 9 where he hit him with the same shot that dropped him 3 times in a row. He just stepped back, boom, step back, boom, step back, boom. And it's the same shot that he knocked out in Dongos with. Shawn Porter is just a 10 times more durable, better fighter than Ndongo. And he raised it up from the solar plexus, the stomach, and put it in his chest area. Go back when Shawn was down. He was trying to spit his mouthpiece out. You can see Shawn when that first knockdown, Shawn sticks his tongue out trying to catch his breath because he got punched damn near in his esophagus and chest area, bro. That shit had to hurt. When you watch it on TV versus in the arena, it was different. But go back and watch that last one, man. After he punched the ground, when he put his foot down to try to stand up, he couldn't. And you could see it the big screen was 10 feet. So it looked like the biggest thing, like a replay of a football game. And on the replay, you can see his leg basically trying to push him up, and he couldn't get up. So, man, all of this conspiracy shit and all this, his dad made y'all lose money. What did you lose money on? The second knockdown or the first one? You niggas is crazy talking about his dad made y'all lose money when his son was on the verge of being carried out on a stretcher. That next knockdown, the ref would have stopped it anyway. It was 1 minute and 40 seconds left. So just be happy y'all got a great fight, man. We told y'all this was going to happen before the fight even happened. He ain't never fought nobody. Porter about to stop him. And you can play the tape back, Ness. These niggas ain't going to ask for no crawl. The same dudes who said Porter was gonna stop him is running around talking about Kenny Porter's a fraud when his son was laying there on the ground, bro. Like, stop it, my dude. Stop it. That was a great fight, great night. It was 12,000 plus in that bitch. It was sold out. Pay-per-view is gonna do good. They both about to make millions upon millions of dollars. So Shawn Porter, whatever you want to do, go do it. We still love you. Whole team Crawford still gonna support you. You know we always have, always will. Kenny Porter, you did what's best for your son. You did what's good for boxing, man. We always complain when people was dying in here. We was complaining about the Mexican young lady dying not too long ago. So let's go, man. It's all good. Number one pound for pound. Canelo, don't run too far, Canelo. Going up there, since you don't want to lose weight, go to crew, whatever weight it is. Get back down here to 68. We're going to make this fight. Let's go.
Told you, 68. Look, he ain't scared. 68. I thought it was gonna be a catch weight. Look at that. Now that would be some great shit. Not to have it on catch weight. Wow. Yo, but Stone, what you think about what about Gennady? That's a good one. Majid picked a better one because Gennady is in his fresh. He 39. He about to have a fight with Marota, and it'll only be 60, so you ain't got to move up too much. I thought Floyd could beat motherfucking Gennady, so I know all these years later, Crawford should be able to beat him.
I would love both of them, but you know the fight. If Earl don't fight, you know the fight he said he doing, right? You already know who's going at. He said he said that's the fight he accepts to do a PBC. Like if he gonna go over there, if Earl ain't healthy, it can only be for Ugas or Keith. And he don't feel like they're going to give him Ugas, so he'll do it, go ahead and knock Dust Keith off. But if Earl ain't going to fight, he's going after Charlo.
Jamel.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Jamel, I'll see you next year if your other Texas boy don't step up.
Damn,
we on the way.
I don't know that I want that. I mean, I do want that. I wanted that, but I'm just saying. I want him to use his.
He don't want to jump. He just want to. He said he trying to be.
Oh, he don't want to jump up.
He want to go. He gonna keep going. Like if he can go fight Jamel and Jamel can go get this undisputed thing done, and that fight he can go straight up and get that fight. That's what he'll do. But he want the Earl fight. He want undisputed at welterweight. He wanted back-to-back undisputeds, and then he want to do it again. If he can get Earl, he feel like the Ugas fight is gonna happen regardless. If he can get Earl. He don't even think he got to get Ugas first for the Earl fight or fight. He think if he can get Earl in the ring, they won't have no choice. But because if he knocked down Earl, they got to give him Ugas. They ain't gonna protect Al. Al don't have that much interest in. He's not an English speaking guy. Bud is already a free agent. He feel that he can turn the tables on all them guys, and you about to see it. They finna make PBC is about to make an offer, and some of them fighters is not gonna appreciate the number. The deal he just left was $30 million, Ness. What you think his next deal going to be if he go with PBC? Yeah, go back and watch. It was an 8-figure deal, ESPN, $30-some million. He made $36 million over 5 fights. So what you think PBC going to have to pay him?
A lot of money. But they going to put him on pay-per-view. They going to do a fight-by-fight with him like they did Canelo. The guarantee, rather than giving him a $36 million 5-fight deal, which how much did that break down to? 36 divided into 5, 7.2 mil per fight. Yeah, that sounds good. If I'm Al, I pay for that because if I do a fight by fight, I gotta pay you more because I'm saying to myself, if I just got $6 million for Crawford versus Porter, man, you got to give me who I'm fighting over there. First fight, let's say is Ugas. That's a unification. You know, I guess he ain't that big a name. I guess they could try and give him a little less than 10 for Ugas because a belt is attached to it. But if I'm fighting Earl, that sounds like a $15 million guarantee fight. At least.
Man, I ain't nothing, man.
My bad, Stainless counterpunch. Talking my life away over here. Go for it.
Hold up. Yeah, man.
Stonebone already beat me to it, man. I could have sworn I heard him saying after the fight, you know what I'm saying? You already know who I want to fight. I ain't going to call his name out no more. And if you don't want that work, then I go up to the next weight class and beat his boy up. So I think that's an interesting fight. If we can't get that 147, Bud and Charlo, man, for you talking
Wait.
3 belts.
Did he really say I'll go up and beat his boy up?
Yes.
Or you using those words?
Yes. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, he said I'll go up to 154 and beat up his boy.
But he ain't say
Right
beat
after
up
the
his
fight.
boy, though. Like that term, he ain't say beat up his boy,
Like,
right?
like I say, I'm paraphrasing, but it was obvious that he was talking about Jermell Charlo. You know what I'm saying? You might want to go back and watch it.
No, I hear you. It just sounds better when you say beat up his boy. So if he said that, that's a little gangster. I like that.
I'm about to go rewatch the fight anyway, man. I had a real words for you.
All right. I got a counterpunch, LV Slugger. LV to the Sluggy. What up? What up?
TBV, high time.
Straight.
Yeah, I was just saying, I just wanted to let people know, like, for real, man, if y'all really question that stoppage, man, it ain't nothing, it's on YouTube. Just go back and watch that second knockdown and just look at Porter's body, bro. You can literally see that man shaking, but that was a good stoppage, man. Real talk, that man body nerve. That's why he didn't get up right on time. That man body was literally shaking on that ground, man. Y'all go back and watch that replay. And like I said before, I just seen a video with Spence talking about the Uga situation. Like I said, I just hope they can do that unification first fight back. Thurman can get a good tune-up in beginning of the year. And we can sneak that Thurman Bud in the summer sometime, and later next year, around the fall or around this time next year, we can get that big undisputed fight, Bud Spence. And, I do think he probably can go undisputed at 154, man. Like, after what I seen last night, man, I think he definitely can do that, man. And if he can do that and ride off on the sunset with that Canelo fight at like a 165 or some shit, but we got to really put Bud up there with all-time greats. Yeah, that's all I'm.
Yo, he got so many moves now that he's free, bruh. Look, he could really pick people off. Like I feel like Andrade is dangerous, so forget that fight. I hate that I already made that IG post. Majid, your option is so much better. Obviously, we got to see what Gennady looks like. Who knows? He could turn back the hands of time, but he's still 39 years old, and we know he about to get in some punches right now. So that's one option, jumping up, snatching old man Gennady. What's on that PBC side? Would Eddie offer him any money for the Mikey fight? Would y'all like the Mikey fight off of a loss to Sandor? And also, he got the option of just going for legacy now, like beating Wilder's record, getting past the 40-0, beating Floyd's record, right? What was Floyd? 50-0 though. Damn. So that's a lot more fights he need. But he could go for the Wilder record, and I'm sure, once he get to 10, they could start comparing him to Wilder with the title defenses and 10 knockouts. I mean, he got so much shit going for him right now. It's crazy. And then in terms of welterweights, I ain't hearing nobody saying Ennis. Why shouldn't he do what Floyd did? Floyd was 36, right? When he fought Canelo? And he took Canelo at what? 21 or 24? I don't know, something crazy like that. Why not pick off Boots? You a free agent now. It ain't like anything you do not gonna be on pay. It's over. He on pay-per-view from here on out unless Eddie put him on. Hey Trey, so what if Mikey gets stopped? That's the point. You keep showing dudes, I'm different. Look, Porter fought Earl, I stopped him. Mikey fought Earl, I stopped him. I'm different. Dog, we can't just because a dude got one loss, like, Mikey lost, it was a shock, but let's not act like Mikey done. Mikey just couldn't get up for a Sandor Mountain. He had some time out the ring. And it is what it is. Is this Coach Rivera? What up?
Good morning, fellas. Good morning.
How are you, man?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
Oh, man. I am obviously enjoying and still basking in last night's amazing performance by Terence Crawford. I mean, I won't lie to you. I was a little bit upset at first with Ken Porter. I didn't understand why he threw in the towel, but you know, I seen the shift in the 5th round. I seen Crawford turn into the stalker and slowly become more and more of a killer, and it's really impressive. I've never really seen anybody in any division punch with that sort of meanness in every round. And as the rounds get closer to the championship rounds, he looks to get meaner. But what did you see? Whatever, forget my opinion.
Good morning, and all the people that are watching. Have a great, blessed Sunday. As a matter of fact, brother, I started watching from the 6th round on. I was at a live boxing show working somebody's corner. So I was flying home. I was watching on my phone. It's not the same. It was a good fight. And then, like you said, Terence Crawford is very good at reading body language. And he must have seen something of Porter. Porter must have given him something for him to press the action, and you know, did what he did, because you could see after the 5th, 6th round, it was a different Terence Crawford. His attitude, his energy was different. But yeah, I agree with you. It was a good fight. I was actually very excited when you sent me the invitation, because I wanted to talk to you about the you know, without shifting gears, about the situation with Porter and his dad, because I'm a father, and I train my son, not at that level. My son is an amateur fighter. He's 1-0, but he's been training since he was a baby. Brother, I'd rather train 100 different guys and not my son. I love training my son, but we always collage because I'm dad. Sometimes I don't know how to change my cape from dad to trainer, from trainer to dad. And watching Mr. Kenny Porter train Shawn, and the way he talks to him when they're in the gym, he sounds like a dad, bro. You know what I mean? He sounds like a dad talking to his son, reprimanding his son about, you got to clean your room, Grace got to be up. You got to be able to change capes. You got to be able to change your dad hat to your coach dad. And you got to remember that this guy that you're training is your coworker. He's your business partner. He's your ally. He's not your son. I could talk any way I want to my son. At the end of the day, he's my son. A business partner can walk any day. I was very upset with what he said at the end. Well, he thinks he knows it all. He didn't want to listen to me, so I stopped the fight. It sounded like to me, you don't know how to play with my toys, so I'm taking it away. You feel me? Without disrespecting nobody. I think Shawn Porter has a lot left to give to the sport of boxing. I think you will see a different and happy fighter if you see Shawn Porter go with somebody else. And I'm not disrespecting Mr. Kenny Porter, because like I said, I'm a dad and I'm also a trainer, but I would hate to see Shawn Porter go on this fight.
Yeah, he did announce the retirement.
He did.
But
like I said,
I sent you the link more because your brain works a little bit as crazy as mine. I posted the Demetrius Andrade versus Crawford, and I said most feared versus most avoided, and you were one of the first people to comment and like that fight. Tell me, what do you like about Southpaw versus Southpaw?
Listen, brother, they gotta give you a percentage. when that fight gets made, you gonna get a check. You should get a check, because a lot of people are gonna talk. They're gonna talk shit. They're gonna, blah, blah, blah. But at a cash weight, I will pay $80 to watch that fight. in a heartbeat.
What weight, as a trainer, what weight do you think it would be fair of Andrade to meet Crawford at?
You know what? I know Andre was having a lot of problems making 54 because, Andre's a big guy and, we all know that. But you know what? The fair thing to do, bro, and it be as fair as possible. Meet at 154. Demetrius go down one weight class, and Terence goes up a weight class at 154.
But wouldn't that be Andre Ward, Chad Dawson all over again, where a very good fighter came down to fight another very good fighter, and then the excuse was the weight? Chad Dawson was good until he went down, bro. Nobody, he was a very good boxer. Nobody was doing what Ward did to him until he took that dumbass catch weight.
It could be, but you got to also remember, and I'm going to hold back in boxing, Demetrius Andrade, I don't know if he fought Terence Crawford. I'm not sure. But Demetrius Andrade.
He fought Thurman a bunch of times.
He fought all these guys at 150, 151 in the amateurs. If Demetrius Andrade can make 54 the right way, I know Terence Crawford looks like he can make 54 and be comfortable. It's a good fight, bro. It's a good fight, and the title is there. The most feared and the most avoided. Boom. It's a great, great fight.
Coach Rivera, obviously the trainer of Rashidi Ellis, joining us live. What do you think about Crawford Spence? Do you think we see it, or is this going to be one of those Riddick Bowe versus Lennox Lewis?
I don't think the way I'm a guy, I like to read body language, and if you saw the fight, the way Spence left when the fight was stopped, almost like with that sad demeanor and shaking his head, like, damn, fuck. It's like, okay, yeah, 100%. This is what I saw. Crawford won. Now this dude is going to freaking start calling for the fight. And he had that face of, damn, I'm messed up now. And
let me tell you. I got to say this. He did post that if he was Shawn, he would not pay Ken Porter. So it could be that he left disgusted with the outcome because of the father stopping the fight.
That too. It's tough, bro. I mean, listen, I'm going to talk to you about because I like to talk about real stuff. Like, I have Rashidi Ellis' dad in the corner with us. He works with us. Mm-hmm. And, we had these talks, different talks. Rashidi's been dropped once in his career, one fight, and his father got really nervous. His father, for his son, he was ready to stop that fight. Rashidi got up and won every round after that. And I'm not saying I wouldn't do for any fighter what I would do for my kid if I was doing their corner. I'm just saying it's easier for me to give a fighter that is not my son a second chance to fight. Don't get me wrong. I when I started my career, I have thrown many towels in. I stopped many fights. I have stopped guys from fighting if I thought they were not ready. But it's different when you are a father-son duo. It's different. It's different, and like I said before, it's a very thin line because I find myself sometimes, instead of coaching my son, I'm reprimanding him. I talk to him like I'm reprimanding him, and I catch myself saying, I will not coach Rashidi like that, Rashidi, so why am I coaching my son like that? Because I live with my son every day, and that's how I talk to my son. So sometimes I don't know how to change, split the two. And the way Mr. Kenny talks to Shawn, bro, all the time, it sounds like that. It sounds like he doesn't know how to make that difference, how to change the hats, like I said before. And Spence probably was disgusted at that, but I bet you in the back of his head, he was also rooting for Shawn. Because if Shawn beats, it. If Shawn won that fight last night, the Spence versus Terence talk dies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't beat the guy I beat, so why would I fight you? Because
Yeah.
you know how it was gonna go.
Yeah.
But then he beats him, he stopped him, and that was the first thing Terence said after the fight. You saw what Spence did, you saw what I did. So now to me, Terence is one up on Spence. People are gonna keep saying it. People are gonna keep saying it, and you know it. They're gonna keep saying, okay, you went to distance, you won on a split decision, but Terence stopped him. Whether his father stopped the fight or not, it looked to me like Terence Crawford once was on his way to stop Shawn.
Mm-hmm.
We never know because Shawn is a veteran and he could have hold. He
Yeah,
could have
but
made it ugly.
Coach, it was the 10th round. There was about a minute 30, minute 50. Then he got the 11th and the 12th. It's very hard to believe that Porter wasn't gonna get stopped.
I
Crawford
agree.
showed his accuracy. I always said he was accurate, but like to see it on a high level and under the pressure, like the fire would come. You would see Porter rushing him, and he would just stay there and still be looking for that killer shot, like not just defense. He's special.
He's trouble. Yeah, I agree, man. And also when I also noticed when Shawn was getting up from the last knockdown, he was wobbly. He was very wobbly. It took him a long time to get up.
I didn't see that, but a lot of people are saying that. A lot of the callers.
No. Check it out. Yeah, he got up. It took him a while to get up, and when he got up, he was wobbly. You could see he was double stepping. So it was coming. It was coming to an end. It's just
I didn't notice it because I think I was more caught up in the fist pounding, like his frustration. So I thought, oh, he's okay because he's mad at himself that he got caught.
Yeah. I thought the same, but I noticed that he got up. He was double stepping. He would have got stopped. In my opinion, man, he would have got stopped. It's just the way it went down. I wasn't mad at the stoppage. I was just mad at the comments. Mm-hmm. Like, don't add salt to the wounds. You know what I mean? Like, it was a great fight. To me, Shawn Porter did great, man. I thought he won most of the first half. Terence Crawford couldn't deal with the movement. He couldn't time him properly. But, like, Terence is a surgeon. Little by little, he kept getting into his timing.
Set him up, coach. It was the right hook. He started clipping him with the right hook, forcing him to duck under the right hook, and then eventually hitting him with that left uppercut, bro. It was crazy.
Well, watching the fight, my son actually called it. He said, I don't know why he's not throwing the uppercut. And then he went with the uppercut. Down he went. It was a good fight. But like I said before, I don't mean to come here and throw my own plug in there. But I always say, man, Rashidi Ellis in that division, and by no means, man, I'm trying to diminish nobody. But my boy is a technician when it comes to that timing. He might lose 1, 2, 3 rounds, and then once he knows what you're gonna do, you can try to counter him. He's gonna counter you back. I mean, I'm not comparing Eddie Gomez to Terence or Shawn or any of those guys, but you saw the second fight with Eddie Gomez. It was like, why are we here? And then he did the same thing to Alexis Rocha, which just beat a 22-1 guy the other day.
Yeah.
So, my guy is great when it comes to that timing situation and timing somebody. I did notice Terence, his thing was that right hook, but the first half of the fight, he probably didn't land any. They were all going.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Coach. He's like Floyd. He's so good he could give up rounds. Not only because he's good, but because he's hurting you, so you don't you don't normally make it to the next half, or to the end of the second half. But listen, I got a shitload of callers. I do want to thank you, but before you go, I want to ask you about. Obviously, he announced right in Bob Arum's face. I don't know if you've seen that.
That was crazy.
What's your thoughts on that?
You know what? I give the guy respect. I give the guy the most respect. I like that in boxing. He didn't wait into he was gone, into he was backstage, into he was talking to Ellie Setback or somebody else. He said it right in front of Bob, very respectfully. Didn't go out of character. In a very assurance voice, hey, I'm done. They couldn't get me the fights. Like, I mean, everybody knows that everybody that listens to the show that when we Golden Boy and we were looking eye to eye and whatnot, I seen Robert Diaz at Boo Boo's fight. I seen him on the weigh-ins, I seen him at the fights, and when he see me, hey, I noticed a little bit of cold on his voice, and I'm like, hey, come here, bro. We hug, we shake hands. I asked him how he was doing, his family. Business is business, bro. When you let this business get personal, you lose. I learned that a long time ago. Business is business. When you let the business get personal, you lose. And Terence Crawford didn't let it get personal. He just said it like, I'm free. They couldn't give me the fight I wanted, so I'm just going to walk. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Well, Coach, man, let everybody know where they can find you. And I want to thank you, obviously, for jumping on short notice here on a Sunday. We appreciate your take. And, man, thank you.
Yes, sir. My Instagram, Alex Rivera 1469. Facebook, Alex Rivera. And whenever you need me, bro, just, send the invite.
All right. Get that mic situated. You bought all that equipment. I want you to be with your mic so that we can get this thing going.
Yes, sir. I got it. We got to get that Spanish version, bro.
All right. Let's do it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Rivera, the coach of Rashidi Ellis. We appreciate his time. We're going back to our callers. Do apologize for anybody that, is getting slightly upset due to the wait. But it's a big show, and he's a big coach, and obviously, patting myself on the back. He liked the post. I think it's a good idea, but I still prefer Majid's over mine's. After upon further review, Majid's idea is way better. I think that Gennady would be ready. He just like my man Virgil said, he's ready to be whooped. He's ready to be whooped. I think Gennady would be ready after the Marotta fight. And, that's snatching an accomplishment up, man. That's picking an accomplishment off. That's a Kovalev. That's a Canelo Kovalev. You see, Canelo jumped up, boom, beat Kovalev. A lot of you Canelo haters hated, but guess what? It went down in the history books, and he was great for it. This is the same thing. Except, obviously, Gennady treats his body better than fucking Kovalev. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Lenz, Counterpunch, what up?
Yeah, I was just gonna point out that live on there that you had your thought process was you said it yourself. Andrade is a dangerous fight, so let's forget that.
No, I ain't said that. I said most avoided.
Yes, you did.
I said that Crawford should use the narrative. He's avoided Canelo in 54 and 60, so I'm fighting a guy Canelo. That's what I said. Don't change my words.
No.
I match fights and give you the storyline. Get out of here.
Listen. I literally kind of just to address that.
No,
why
don't you literally clip it, Mr. Producer? Show me I said what you said. I said.
I definitely will. That's what made me counterpunch, and I was like, so you went live on there. And your thought process is what all these other guys be doing. Yeah, he the one that gets made fun of about what his resume and who he on fight. But you said it. You literally said, what, that fight is a little bit too dangerous. Let's go to maybe Charlo. You said that, so I'm gonna clip it.
Yeah. I said it's a little bit more dangerous for Crawford, a 47-pounder moving up 2 divisions, so it's a little more dangerous. Yeah, move on to Gennady. That 60-pounder is a little more ripe for the picking. I'm not saying that it's dangerous for Canelo, but I am saying Crawford needs to use that storyline. This guy Canelo avoided this guy at 54. Canelo avoided him at 60, so I'm picking him off. That's a storyline, and that's just another avenue. Remember, all I'm showing is that Crawford got mad options now as a free agent. He could go over there and get a Gennady fight. And get a 2-fight deal if he wanted. Maybe he done, and he could campaign at 60 for the next 2 fights. Fucking $12 million each fight. Maybe even more, because if you fight Gennady, they got to pay you for real. You know what I'm saying? That's a fight. That's what I'm saying. He got options. You got the Boots Ennis option. Maybe Showtime want to pay for the one-off. Remember, Ennis is not with Al and Idick, Keith Idick of Boxing Scene is saying that for Ennis to get a fight with an Al Heyman fighter, he got to align. Cameron Duncan got to align himself. But now Cameron, who is the promoter of Ennis, could just call Bomac. Hey, man, you think we ready? Could we do this on pay-per-view? What you think? Nah, it ain't ready yet. Give him one more fight. I don't know. It's on y'all. It's on the fans. How big is Crawford versus Ennis on Showtime pay-per-view? You know, because we got to get him paid. He's going to want money. He's a free agent now. He's going to do what the big boys do now. It's on and popping. You know how it go. But he got so many options now, man. That's, once you get rid of that ball and chain, baby, you know, you back in the clubs, man. You with all the Hasididis out there. You know what I mean? You got all the little biddies after you now. And that's what's going to happen. I can't wait to see if Eddie sends some sort of offer, because that's what's going to spice things up. If another promoter that's not named Bob starts showing interest, ooh, that shakes things right on up, man. That shakes things right on up. Trevo Guapo says, I would like to see Crawford at 54. If they don't rematch undisputed, he should snatch up Castano's belt and go fight EJ's homie, Charlo. That's fire. And he said that's fire because he put the fire emoji. I don't mind it. I did like that fight a lot. A year ago or something when they had the little beef. And I'm sure I'll get real excited for that as it gets closer. And it's a really, really good fight, dangerous fight. Jamel has showed very good boxing ability throughout his years, and now he's shown the ability to turn it up and knock dudes out. That would be an amazing fight. But it doesn't have to happen next. Honestly, Ness is into his marketing and making the star bigger. Gennady, pick off the old man. Ennis, do what Floyd did. Pick off the young star early. Put that first O on his record. I really don't want Thurman, but I get that he's marketably the guy for Crawford right now. I don't want that because it's not. Until Thurman is right, man, I don't want to see that shit for real. But again, he got Jamel. It's so many ways for him to go right now. He's fucking. I can't wait. I hope he moves as quickly as Canelo. You know, Canelo fought November 6th and announced his fight this week, Wednesday, the 19th, something like that. That was rapid. You know what I'm saying? I want that. Give me that. Keep me involved in what's going on and happy. I got Roland Curtis that says, Top Rank is censoring the second knockdown only. Networks normally censor parts of a fight. If it's too graphic, like images or seizures or convulsing. Oh boy, talk about reach. Now he's saying they ain't show that because it was too dangerous. You're wilding. But I love it, bro. The dude's become the next GOAT out this bitch. Rolling back with another one, he says, Shawn would rather retire than replace his father. Maybe, man, but the thing is, at this point, you lost to Crawford. The only thing that's out there for Porter, well, he got some shit out there. They could do the Danny rematch, they could do the Thurman rematch, and they could do the Ugas rematch. In that order. Danny, Thurman, or Thurman, Danny, Ugas. Because Ugas got his own shit to do. And maybe Porter never makes it to the Ugas rematch. Obviously, he could do what I said before the fight. You know, if he's competitive like Crawford, because that's, going off Crawford's story with Brian Custer, that's the whole reason he moved to 47. He said, Thurman was ducking Earl. Earl was saying he couldn't get a fight. I moved up. I'll fight him. They talking about get a belt. Okay. So same difference here, You try to pick a guy off coming up. You know, if you're Shawn, you want to get back in the mix and you lost, you got to get one of these new dudes. Listen, Golden Boy will send Shawn an offer. Conor Ben will send Shawn an offer. Showtime will gladly give Shawn an offer for Ennis. So it's far from over for Shawn. It's just all about deciding if he wants to continue with a different trainer. Well, he said, Stonebone said Nesta. Like Bud said, Ken got out of Shawn what no one else could get. Oh, yeah. He's basically saying that, you know, Ken, people trying to get Ken out the corner, but Ken made his son a Hall of Famer. But I get you, Stonebone, and I get those people that are saying that, but at the same time, people just saying, yeah, you made him a Hall of Famer, maybe someone else, you know, can take him a little bit further, though. You know, it's not like we haven't heard that before, that, you know, relationships come to an end, or, you know, that dude can't take you any further, you know. But I'm getting back to these calls. My bad. Who we got? Looking like Davidian, Buffalo Falls. Did I get to you? I think I did. So if not, it's King Born up. I think I did. So it is King Born. What up?
When you see old dirty bastard form a position like that, then you know that I'm getting ready to bust your...
King Born, we don't hear you. Unmute yourself. Whatever you got to do. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to get to that next goal of 130,300. We need about 22 more subscribers. Who's going to subscribe? Is King Born going to talk? Looks like he's not. So we're going to go ahead and move on to... Who is this over here? Solo Dolo Scarface, no Manolo. So a little bit of dead air is what we got. Looks like a new caller in Phoenix. Yes, it is. Who's this in Phoenix, Arizona? Talk to us. What's your name, brother? Shit, this is not Phoenix. Fuck. My eyes are deceiving me. That was Big Drew in LA. My bad, Big Drew. What up, Big Drew?
What up, TBV?
How are you, brother?
Good. Yo, check it, man. I'm a father of 5, and my boy's an amateur boxer. And even though I'm just his mentor and I'm not his trainer or in his corner, so I can't speak on Ken Porter, man. I ain't got the answers. But I am old enough to remember when father trainers or fathers in the corner was taboo. I mean, we've seen all the greats come and go with their dads. Usually by the amateurs, they already tossed their dads to the side. But as far as Crawford, yo, man, instead of trying to work his way up and fight Canelo, he could just do what Canelo hasn't done. He could wait right now, let Errol Spence get that WBA, and then fight for undisputed. Once he beats Errol Spence, move up, fight Jermell Charlo for undisputed. Hopefully he got things figured out by then and be a 3-division undisputed champ. Floyd has never once been undisputed, so he's already on pace doing things that Floyd never did. So instead of trying to, you know...
The thing is with that, Big Drew, he's got to move so fast. Like, the money's got to be right behind him. It's got to be what we're talking first quarter or the end of first quarter. He's already got a fight lined up if that's the case. Because, I mean, realistically, champ, how long do you think Jermell can keep all those titles? And I don't mean that he's going to lose. I just mean there's so many mandatories. You know, AJ is money. And him defending his mandatory still means he sells out an arena. It's different. He's generating millions of dollars on a gate. These other fighters can't defend 4 belts if they not selling pay-per-views. They not selling out arenas. You know, every network ain't going to just put on whatever mandatory. Like, you know, AJ get whatever mandatory on TV. Like, I mean, nobody even knows the name of Charlo's mandatory in the IBF. It's something with an M, but who the hell knows? I don't know. King Born, you there?
Yeah. Yo. You hear me, right? Listen, man. You hear me, right? I'm good.
I hear you.
All right, so listen, check it, right? I'm in the truck right now, right, Ness? And yo, this how I look at it. He tried to do some truck Simpson shit to Bud. Bud did the razzle dazzle 1, 2, 3. He even did that old man shuffle walk shit. Fucked his head up. You heard? But like I'm gonna tell y'all right now, leave my man Porter alone, man. Listen, 287 amateur fights, been fighting since he was 15. Let him live, man. Let him live, yo. He got the 2 kids. He on his podcast shit. He on his goddamn commentator. It's alright, man. It's alright. He fought everybody. Hall of Famer. Can't diss him, Ness. All my live chat comrades, you can't diss him, man. Let him be. If he want to come back, maybe he might got the itch a year from now, but right now, let him be, man. Let him rock, man. Yo, shout out to Bud, the Emperor. Shout out to Stone Bone, J-Mac, the whole Bud crew. Yo, Bud is the truth, man. He made me a believer, man. His Stone Bone up on the back phone, you heard, on the personal. Got busy with it. Word.
Yo, and I quote, I knew everything that was going to happen before it happened. Shawn hadn't spoken about his plans to retire before the post-fight news conference. So this was something that was coming. Not to be negative towards him, but because I'm his father, I can see these things. I can see it in training. I could see it in his movements. I could see it with him looking at the clock to see how much longer I got to be here today. Damn, that's so sad, though. Like, how could Shawn not get up for this fight? How would he not expect this man to be dangerous? How do you not train $1 million for this one? That's crazy, bro. That's dangerous, too. He's bugging. You know, I hope these things aren't true. Because how do you not go 100 for this one? You can't be looking at the clock, asking what time I'm leaving. But that's everything changes when you become a father, man. You got so many different responsibilities. I know that at this level, you know, those responsibilities should be able to get pushed on to someone else just for training camp, but not everyone can do that. William in Seattle, what's up? Damn, William, you snoring? You really fell asleep? Oh, shit. So I was that corny. All right. Who else we got? Stockton? I always say 209 in Stockton. Let me see if I got that right. Yes, it is. Stockton in the 209. Uh-oh. New number. I love new callers, man. That means growth, and growth means blessings. Stockton, who's this?
Oh, this is Rick.
Rick?
Yeah.
Rick, what's going on?
Nah, I was just hearing you talk about Crawford's next move. If he's going to be leaving Top Rank, then that means he can't make that Josh Taylor fight while Spence takes care of Rugas, right?
Yeah, you can't make... I mean, you could, because Bob made it clear yesterday that they were willing to work with Crawford on a fight-by-fight basis. So he could do a one-off with Taylor. Perfect. He could do a one-off with Taylor, but you still got to read the fine print. Make sure it's like, yo, if you win, we get an option or rights to match your next fight.
Yeah, so that was my thing right there. After the fight was over, I was like, all right, well, Spence take care of Rugas, hopefully, and and Robert Crawford take care of Josh Taylor. And after that, they set it up June 18th, I think, Juneteenth. That'd be perfect for them. That's my call. But TVB for life again, and it was a good fight.
Appreciate you, champ. Looks like we going out to Steve in Chicago.
Yeah, we ain't dick riding in this house.
SDS promotion.
If Wilder fights Usyk, they're going to take Usyk out in a stretch. Well, because they don't like the facts. What the hell did Billy Joe do? He wasn't the guy that everyone thought he was.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
We got to stop capping for AJ, man. He ain't that dude.
Give me liberty or give me death.
May God bless the United States of America.
Yeah, good morning, Miss.
Buenos
You hear me?
dias.
Yeah. So this is how I look at this. So Crawford, look, he did his thing, right? But if we look at everything that led up to this win, and we have this information that we're getting after the fight, I'm not ready to crown Crawford like some other your callers. Like Shawn, I mean, he basically said that he wanted to retire after the Spence fight. So if we take that into account, we take into account what his dad's telling us that, he just wanted to get one more fight and he wasn't really training and this and that. Like, we can't look. Anywhere Crawford looks, he's going to see PBC nightmares. PBC has all the good fighters at 154. He's got Charlo at 160. So let's see what actually happens now that he broke free from his promotional thing with Bob. But I'm not ready to crown Bud. He did good, but if we look at the details of Shawn, I can't crown the guy. And people were mixed. We were scoring it on the Discord. I had Porter up by a round. Some guys had. So it was close. But look, Crawford won. He was winning on the judges' card, so he was going to win. He dropped I'm not going to take it. But I'm looking at the details of Shawn. So if we look at what Shawn, where he was at mentally, I can't crown Bud. I'm not crowning Bud. I got to see more.
Well, all right. He's got to see more. Do you got to see more? That is the question. I don't know. I think that we can't take it back, man. We can't call Porter the test and then say he's not once the test is passed. The man passed the test, man. We got Super Max that says, shout out to Shawn Porter for not running out of the ring and not giving us a post-fight interview after getting stopped. A true sportsman. Thank you, Porter. We got Boomerang Coach J. Mack.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Shout out to all the haters that just continue showing themselves. See, unlike myself, I'm okay with being recognized as a hater as Canelo. I stand on it. I've been 10 toes down. I've been pretty consistent. Some of these guys want to make believe and act like they in with it to sound good, or when the sound good, but when clearly the truth comes out, they come out like roaches. Like they can't hide. The hatred just seeks through them. And I don't mean to call nobody roaches. Steve, I respect you, but definitely I don't agree with what you just said. You always had this question about Bud, and he does and did what he did. And now we want to play this psyche or play this game when Porter was winning some rounds against Bud and clearly was game against Bud into the stoppage happened. If Bud would have lost his fight, you wouldn't have this opinion, even with the same information that was given to you, which is crazy. So I'm not buying.
Cut it.
Stainless Boomerang.
Yo, you can hear me?
I do.
Man, I'm excuse me. I'm happy that you started doing these morning after shows so we can get perspective on how people feel or whether or not they can accept truth. You know, it was hard for me to watch Wilder when he got knocked out against Fury. You know, in that second fight, we came on here. You know, it's a bad taste, but we gave congratulations where it was due. Uh, being somebody from Nashville now, you know, since I've lived here for about 20 years, it was tough watching Caleb Plant get knocked out by Canelo, especially since I spent months talking about, you know, I think this is the guy that can beat him, as we all do when we fans of certain boxers. And I had to come back on here and eat my crow and respect that, even though I'm not a Canelo fan, that he is everything everybody believes he is. And here we are now on the day after a fight that a lot of us, especially myself, have been waiting for a long time. Where, in my opinion, most questions, if not all, have been answered, and some people still can't accept it, man. But fortunately, we got your place.
Marlon, so icy. Sims.
Audio, you hear me good?
Perfect.
Boy, I was hella shocked yesterday. I did not expect him to get the stoppage. And I said if he was to get it, it's going to be for his sharpness and his punch placement. And that's exactly what it was about. With his dad stopping the fight, Shawn Porter was going to get stopped eventually. It just looked so weird with his dad doing it the way he did. But I seen when Shawn, after he hit the ground, and he had both his knuckles, he had both his hands on the ground, and he was on his knees. He kind of was falling over a little bit before he got up. So I think that's what his dad seen, but he was gonna get stopped viciously. So I agreed with the stoppage. I didn't like the interview his dad gave at the end as well. It was a great fight. I was just like, damn. With Errol Spence, when they showed him on the thing before he walked out, I think it was more of he like looked at the stoppage like, what? Y'all stopped it. But at the same time, he did have a look like, damn, he did just stop. That's what I kind of seen. I thought he had a look like, damn, he did just stop Shawn Porter, even though at the same time, I also don't think he agreed with stoppage. But at the end of the day, man, y'all seen what Bud did. That boy a beast. And hopefully we can go ahead and make these fights happen that we want to see. All the BS that's behind it.
For sure, champ. Thank you for calling in. Good luck on that fight. I know it's coming up. We got Sway in Brooklyn with the super chat. He says, Spence told reporters he's fighting in March. I wonder who. Well, that'd be great. That means he's getting that tune-up. I hope it ain't Thurman, man. I know, man. I hope it ain't Thurman off all this time off, man. That shit's going to be crazy. If you on Blog Talk and you want to talk, you ain't pressed 1, so you better press 1 if you want to have some fun, because if not, we are almost done over here on TBV. I hope you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us reach our goal of 130,000. 130,300. That's the next goal we're trying to get to. And like I suspected, a bunch of you just pressed 1, so we're going out to some new callers that have been waiting but didn't know what they had to do to get the attention. And it looks like we're going to New Jersey, South Jersey specifically. We got ourselves a new caller. Well, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
609, South Jersey. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
What's going on, Ness? This is Jacob.
Jacob, what up? Talk to us.
How you doing? This is my first time calling in. I'm a big fan of the show, and I finally decided to say, F it. Let me talk to Ness, Sometimes I'll be up here screaming with you. Sometimes I'll be wanting to tear your head off, but, you're the voice of the people, I respect you. I want to talk about, Crawford did exactly what I expected him to do. Porter did give him some problems, but Crawford's sharpness and his timing, he managed to get him out late. It's becoming increasingly evident that the PBC boys have been using the side of the street as a means to not fight this guy. I mean, you have a guy like Ugas that's crying about how the WBA won't allow him to unify and chase his dream of unifying, but he's calling out an injured champion instead of calling out the perfectly healthy Terence Crawford unify. They're not stopping you from unifying with at all. They're stopping you from unifying with the injured champion. They just can't run from Crawford anymore. That's my call.
Yeah, I mean, it's the WBA stopping that unification, so I don't know that if he put his attention on Crawford, would he actually get the Crawford fight, but, he could definitely call Crawford out after the Stenonius situation is all cleared up. We're going out to Baltimore. Who's this? Uh-oh. Oh, we killing it today. Shout out to Crawford and Shawn Porter bringing in all these brand new callers. Baltimore, who's this? First time caller getting that first
Ladies
time.
and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Caller intro. Who's this?
Moody, man, from Baltimore.
You said
I
Smoothie?
just want to say that Moody.
Oh, Moody. My bad. Talk to us.
Yeah, you good, man. Hey, I just want to say they were showing Porter in shape. He working out and stuff he never did, and 92,000 feet and all this and all that. You could clearly see him working hard. And then after the fight, it's a different story. It's never going. Be Crawford just did his just due. Like everybody could see it. He was training for the fight and doing what he had to do. He was doing stuff he never did before. So I ain't really trying to hear none of that. That's all I gotta say.
All right, Moody. Thank you for calling in. I will say this though, man. I got to keep repeating it because maybe maybe we didn't get the traction on the interview that would be necessary for everyone to know that Porter, and by Porter I mean Kenny, was definitely saying some things that indicated that training wasn't going well, specifically sparring. He kept repeating that he wasn't getting the sparring that he wanted or that he would like or that they normally get. They got some good sparring, he would say, but it wasn't what he wanted. They wanted to be pushed, or Ken wanted Shawn to be pushed. And it doesn't seem like he really got that, except if you believe Tank, who, says with a grin, Shawn Porter knows I'm one of the top. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I'm not discrediting it. You can't get in there with Shawn and do what you did and not be who people said you was, man. I'm not looking for reasons why it is what it is, I know how good Shawn is. I know how difficult he is, and I seen him winning in the first fight. I don't think it was about training. It's more about what Crawford did. I think Kenny, while people calling him this bad guy right now, I think what he's doing is he's laying on the sword for his son. Think about it, man. If he throws in a towel, if he says these things, you talk about him, and the talk is about, Kenny is a bad father, so to speak. Like, he throwing Shawn under the bus. It's not about the performance. It's not about the fact that Crawford was, really exposed Shawn's deficiencies. The deficiencies that we always knew were there, which were what? That he comes in wild and he could be countered. No one was able to capitalize because you got to be a different type of fighter. You got to be a dude like Bud that's going to stand in that fucking fire, which he did. He stood there multiple times waiting for Shawn to exchange, to counter. He's a fighter, bro. The dude want to freaking fight, man. And that's the funny thing, Again, we got blessed to get 2 different rounds, 2 different elite level fighters talking during the fight. And, obviously for Crawford, it was a little bit different. Canelo and Plant was talking during the round. But we got that corner information, and we can see that Crawford just had to turn a switch, man. That's the dangerous part about him. That it's like, yo, you down on the cards. What? What you mean I'm down? No, you down on the cards. They saying you down on the card. But what you mean? How? Oh, all right. Watch this. Like, that's dangerous, bro. He wasn't even opening up. until he had to open up. So I don't know what people are looking for and what they shifting the blame on. You know, you could look at the towel coming in or the father stopping the fight and use this as an excuse and go another fight without giving Bud his credit. Or you could just accept the truth. It is what it is. Dude's fucking really good, you know? And fuck, man, you can't get the 38-0. You know, this starts to become the Wilder story. You know, obviously he's way better than Wilder from a skill standpoint, so let me just say that out loud before I get attacked. But, you know, people had the same resume joke about him, and I know it's not the same. I know Bud's undisputed, unified, all that great shit. I'm just saying again, in theory, they talked about one man's resume, talked about another man's resume, but at the end of the day, it's like 38 fighters have tried. You know what I'm saying? Shit is real. Shit is real. You know, we got to just accept it. It's going to be beautiful to see how long he could stay in the sport. Because, you know, from an accomplishment standpoint, he got so many things there. The 40-0, obviously being the first to attain, getting close to that getting close to that Deontay Wilder 40-0, and then, you know, who knows how successful this back half of his career could be as a free agent. And, you know, can he get to the 50-0? Can he beat Floyd's resume now? Can he match that 50-0? And imagine what that means for him. Like, you know, wow, would he try to go for that? Because imagine Crawford starting at 35, right, and becoming unified, moving up to 40 and becoming undisputed, moving up to 47 and unifying, you know, and getting to that. Because imagine he undisputes 47, but also gets to that 50-0. People are going to start questioning whether he's better than Floyd. Floyd never undisputed. You know, Floyd, he didn't move past 47, so we're going to have to see how far up Crawford can go. But interesting. Let me see here. Is this Ra in Baltimore? Double checking. Sure enough, what's good?
Yo.
I hear you.
Oh, all right. What's up, bro? Yeah. So, you know, Kim Porter gonna say it's on sparring, this and that and the third. It don't matter if Shawn Porter got the best sparring in the world. He wasn't gonna win that fight. Bud is more skilled. Crawford is not a skilled fighter. He's a sloppy fighter. And then he gonna say that Bud was. He gonna say that Bud was the best opponent he been in there with. Yo, Keith almost made Shorty hit the mat, man, when he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bud ain't better than the Thurman. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like in Porter, let's say, Porter was the most is the gatekeeper. Like, he was going to do what I thought he was going to do. He was going to retire, move up, or just be a gatekeeper. He's not skilled. Ohio do not produce boxers, man. And you look at Porter, his physique is not, he's wide. He's built like a running back. You feel what I'm saying? Like Crawford lean, he's built like a boxer. You feel what I'm saying? So it don't matter if they got the best sparring in the world, whatever camp they wanted. If it wasn't Bud, Porter just not that skilled to beat one of the top fighters in the division. And then, if you know what I mean? He's a poor man's Joe Frazier. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm not surprised by this at all. And no, that don't mean Crawford, just because he won that fight, it don't mean that Crawford automatically beats Spence. That's a good fight. You know what I mean? But Crawford is more skilled than Spence. You know what I mean? With speed and, you know, and accuracy. You know what I mean? He still got some heads to go to impress me. You know what I mean?
But, Rob,
but I'm gonna give you
What about Boots and Crawford?
Crawford got more experience. He win that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He's more skilled than Boots. He's more skilled.
Mm-hmm.
Boots is who Boots beat, yo. Who Boots beat?
I mean,
you know what I mean? I run by here. I heard the dude up here was ready.
But listen, we gotta learn our lesson sometime, right? People like myself, I'm not going to exclude myself from that category, but people like myself and sounding very much like you was running around here saying, who did Crawford beat? And then he put hands on Porter the way that he did, showing us that he's as skilled as everybody thought. So all I'm saying is, if Boots is as skilled as everybody thinks, he don't need to show you who he beat to beat the man that we talking or the man in question. But we going out to Kentrell in Phoenix.
Yo, next, it was a good fight, man. I'm so glad I didn't bet that 10,000 on the fight. Yeah, I remember I called you like weeks ago and like, man, I'm so confident that Bud can't stop Porter that I was gonna bet $10,000 on it. I'm glad I did not do that. Glad I didn't.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
But yeah, I got a call, man. I got to eat my crow, man. My brother Bruce in Chicago, he said that Crawford was gonna stop Porter. I didn't think so. So I just called in to eat my crow, man. Jermaine, excuse me, I said his real name. But Bruce, he know his shit about boxing, and I don't know shit about boxing. That's my call.
Yeah, man. I just want to be able to hone all these good callers in and make some fucking money. You know? And it's sad because the fucking knockout, even if you didn't want to bet the round, even if you wasn't a fucking genius like Stonebone, knowing that it was going to happen in the 10th, Crawford was a plus 160, and then he dropped to a 140. And then even out here in Florida, the Hard Rock gave you the 20% boost, bringing him back to like a 185. So sad, bro. I needed that win, too. I needed to get that kitty right. Fucking Canelo getting the stoppage ruined my little bank. Who we got? A lot of callers, man. This is official tissue. I love it. Who's up in the 401? Rhode Island. Wallace, what up?
What's up, man?
Chilling.
We spoke about this a few months ago, Crawford and Porter. That was a great fight. I was surprised he stopped Porter. I think, in my opinion, it was an early stoppage by his dad. But Crawford showed what everybody was asking to fight a top fighter, and he did good. I think he did great. And I know you was asking one of the other guys, Crawford versus who was it again?
I mean, wow, so many people. I think Crawford could beat Gennady, especially after the Murata fight. I think Crawford.
No. You asked somebody Crawford versus Boot. No, you said Crawford versus Boot. You was asking. Yeah. Man, that guy's gonna be a problem. The 147.
No, that's why you get him early. Problem. Get him early like Floyd did Canelo.
Yeah, I get it. Come on, man. He's doing that shit. Oh, man. You think Canelo right now would have been Floyd if they would have been the same weight class? Floyd has prime, Canelo has prime?
Shit, right now? Probably, man.
Yeah, right now Canelo.
Yo, this version of Canelo versus the best version of Floyd would have been a super fight. That's all I could say, man. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
It'll be a competitive fight.
So you still picking Floyd, huh? And that's why I think Crawford could beat Gennady, because it's about skills and not size.
No, I think Crawford can beat Gennady. I'm not saying that. I think Crawford can beat Spence. I think he can go to 154 and beat everybody at 154.
Damn,
and
even Jamel?
I'm not saying he will. Even Jamel. Oh yeah. Jamel's good, but he ain't a great fighter like that. Jamel fights crazy. He ain't a great fighter like that, man. I'm being serious. And they don't want to fight Dimitri Andrade from Rhode Island. They are all running for him. They all running for him, and you know it. They don't want to fight him.
Yo, I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad you brought it up because I've been talking about that. what you think? The battle of the most feared versus the most avoided. Demetrius Andrade, Southpaw versus Southpaw. Crawford Andrade.
Oh, Andre. Man, the only thing, I think Andre beats him because he's a bigger man. Because Andre has crazy skill, and I don't think Crawford will be able to get to Andre like that. Because Crawford never fought somebody like Andre. And I'm not saying to be biased because I'm from Rhode Island. I'm just saying that Andre's a great fighter. The problem he have not have the chance like Crawford to show it. Like the Charlotte brother, they'll avoid him, and everybody rocks with him with that. They avoid him watching him
Hey,
fight
man.
him.
I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Listen, the difference is Crawford has been fighting way better opposition than Andrade. And even for the people that think his opposition isn't good, he's destroying them dudes where that ain't really what Andre doing. Andre just got a stoppage over a dude we knew he could stop. Other than that, he goes mad decisions. So I don't know about how big he is. Like, yeah, he might be big in body, but that don't mean that he's that don't mean that he's strong, right? Because, like, bro, he didn't stop that African dude. I mean, he got mad dudes he didn't stop, and he's wild. If Crawford caught Porter with the uppercut, did we just not see him with his head down in that Quigley fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, he literally always ducks low with his head. I don't know. I see what I seen. I seen how Crawford could stay out of danger but still in range and pick people off with them long-ass arms. Now, obviously, his reach probably ain't going to be an advantage in an Andrade fight, but, I just see he doing things different. Again, if you matching out, look at the outcomes of Andrade versus his opposition and the outcomes of Crawford and his opposition. Yeah, I don't know. But if you're on Blog Talk and you feel like I ain't get you know what that means. You ain't hit the numero uno. So we ain't get to you. And let me see what I got on Skype. Who is next? And I actually think we got to everybody, right? Let me double check in the Skype chat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got to everybody. So we're going to go ahead and check these super chats. Make sure we got to everybody there. And if so, catch us tonight at 7 p.m. where we're going to talk about all this weekend's fights, which we watched all the fights. So, yeah, man, join us at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight, which is 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 8 a.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain. Join us right here at youtube.com/theboxingvoice. And don't forget to subscribe. We're almost at our goal of 130,300. Right now, it looks like we're at 130,284. So only you can help us get to the next goal where we need to be. Because, numbers is power. Arrivederci.